Please enter your password, then press pound.
I can hear that.
All right, baby. We hot. All right, we here. Welcome to another episode of Melanated Thought. The first one of the year, where we talk about things that affect the black community. Hold on a second. There we go. What do I say? All right, let's try this again. Welcome to another episode of Melanated Thought. We talk about things that affect the black community. This is the first one of the year. The very first one of the year. I am Reggie Oak.
And I am Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Aratasese. Whatever you decide you want to celebrate this year, happy all of that. You know.
2023.
2023, man. We're going to do originally the show was going to be called what you see on the splash screen, 12 Years a Murderer. We're going to get onto that subject later on. But I think, and the wife came up with this idea. It's a good idea to do a recap of everything that happened all last year.
I don't even think I can remember. It's just been so much.
It's been, exactly. It's been a lot.
Play it by ear again.
Yeah. I guess we'll do that, though. But it was a very productive year for the both of us, I must admit.
One thing that's returned.
Yeah, buddy.
Is his voice. Hello, everyone.
She's good now.
Y'all missed my voice. I was sick for a long time.
And guess what she blames for that?
He know he did it. I still have my moments. It goes in and out, but it's so good to have her back.
She's really milking it, ain't she?
2022 is out of here.
Yeah, 2022 is out of here.
2022 started off good, January, turned 50. February, got married.
Yeah.
Around May or June, all down here from there.
Well, think about it,
it wasn't really my personal life. It was just with the world.
Well, see, think of it is, things started going downhill in January. Remember when that insurrection happened? Let's talk about that real quick.
Oh, was that this? No, that wasn't this year.
No, that was last year, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
Year.
I apologize, y'all.
I remember that now.
I apologize, y'all.
January was pretty good. February was very good. Very well. English teachers. March was okay. Shout out to Gwen. That's her birthday. She has another one come this year. Big 50. Woo!
Hell yeah.
April, my sister's birthday. Hey, girl. Then, like I said, about May after Mother's Day, Whew.
Things went from bad to worse, didn't it?
Rough. It's been rough. Physically, because of, women issues, and then with the world, and I don't know. I'm one of the ones I'm blessed to still be here. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. But I'm kind of glad 2020 is gone 2022 is gone because it was different.
Yeah, it was.
From high gas to high groceries to...
Hell, everything is still high.
Mortgage rates to... I know that's not a word, but it's a word in my mind. Scaredness to leave the house. That's just me.
Just call it fear. Just call it fear. That's what it was.
No, it was more than fear. I was scaredness. Like the little boy said, like Tootie said on what's name. I was scared of the dead. I was scared of the dead. And like I said, I always been a sociable person. I always, was the one who beat her whole drum. But I felt safer behind my own door sometimes. Well, last night I had a moment because they weren't shooting fireworks, so they were shooting guns last night.
Well, the thing of it is, the thing of it is, with the state of the world, that with everything that's going on, the economy is still in the tank. It hasn't gotten any better. And with the midterm elections that happened, you know, that's something we can talk about. We can definitely talk about that. That played a really big role in the situation.
It was. It just made you look at life expectancy.
Yeah.
And people's thought process when it comes to major things that need a major decision.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people play too much.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. No argument there.
Example 1, 2, and ABC trying to put Herschel Walker in office.
Man,
I just think they started that with Trump 4 years ago.
We'll get onto that.
6 years ago.
We'll elaborate on that a little bit later on.
That's crazy.
We really will. But in the meantime, to get this hear music cracking so we can have something playing in the background while we gather our thoughts, because you know that was just.
It's been different. Though I think we need to do a recap. So we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to it, man, because like it was just a monster of a year, like we said. I mean, about the only really good thing that I can think of that happened personally is that I married my best friend.
Aww.
That right there did it for me. I mean, that was a highlight of the year to me. I mean, I don't know what my lovely co-host might think differently, but you know, that's just what I think. That was the highlight to me. But all the rest of the stuff, man, with everything going on, with, like you said, the high gas prices, food prices being what they are, and just general turmoil, a war started. We need to speak on that for a little while, even though it doesn't really have anything to do with black folks. You know,
it's affecting us though.
It doesn't have anything to do with us personally, but we're
feeling the brunt.
We're feeling the effects of it, plain and simple. Through no fault of our own. Let's just be honest. So,
and nothing that happens is our fault.
Right, precisely. Right, exactly.
But no, I co-sign, or what they call it, I ditto your sentiment. Like I said, 2022 start off with a bang. January, my 50th birthday.
Right.
Woohoo. February, got married. Lovely. Then from there, you know, you just had all these expectations and dreams and hopes and. But yeah. I co-sign your sentiment.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly.
Oh yeah. Hopefully this year will be better. That's the only thing we can do is just strive to make it better. I mean, it's up to us, the individuals and the people in general, to make this a better world.
That's what I'm saying. I'm bringing nothing in 2022.
Right.
Into 2023, because I don't think it's nothing worth bringing.
Right. I agree with you on that one.
Gotta start anew, start afresh.
Yeah.
So is this one of your original beats, sir?
Of course.
Me liking.
Thank you. I'm going to, for those of you who don't know, I just got signed up with BMI. So if somebody takes one of my beats, I get paid for it. And
very nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, but I got to get an applaud on that one. So my work will be monetized. Shout out to Jason for suggesting that, because he's BMI as well. He suggested either BMI or ASCAP. ASCAP are kind of like the drag their feet when it comes to paying people, but he said BMI is the better of the two. So shout out to Jason for giving me that info, keeping me up on game when it comes to that.
Well,
so,
cool, man. Congratulations.
That was up. Thank you.
Worldwide.
Yeah, buddy. But anyway, other than what's going on last year, how was your week these past few weeks?
It's been good. Like I said, I'm getting back to who I am physically, sickly, you know.
Yeah.
Work is work. Family is family.
Right.
God is good all the time.
All the time, God's good.
But Christmas was good. Got a beautiful necklace.
Gave you that damn necklace. I'm gonna have to cut it.
Cute ring. Weren't really expecting anything. Just blessed to still be here. We really don't. Like I said, we get stuff to each other throughout. Me and my family really get stuff to each other throughout the year. So we really not a big like Secret Santa and all that. But we did have it on one of my jobs. We had a white elephant gathering.
Yeah.
That I had to get dressed and attend.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool to just finally a lot of people you talk to for the last year and a half, 2 years, you talk to on Zoom, they never have their cameras on. So it's good to see you put a face with a name and with an email. So.
Right.
So Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry whatever. Happy New Year, and here we rolling with day one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's pretty much the same with me. So, again, I'm anybody that knows me and has known me for a while knows that I'm not much of a holiday person. I mean, I celebrate the holidays with my significant other. That's the only reason why. But I had to do something for her for Christmas, so I did my little thing.
He did his thing, y'all.
I did my thing, so and she appreciated, which that's one of the things I love about this woman. She appreciates whatever I do. I mean, even if I give her a rock, she might throw it at me later on, but she'll appreciate
just reciprocating. I'm just reciprocating, Yeah.
But anyway, all jokes aside, we
didn't go to Oklahoma. We wanted to, but the weather was so terrible.
Man.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to go to Oklahoma.
No, we didn't. But we had to make it up to mom and them. But and we will. We always do.
Absolutely.
We always do. So we'll go out there and bug them for a little while. But other than that, it's been the same. Unfortunately, I was at home all week long. I'm not gonna say unfortunately because I kind of enjoyed it, but the only thing I did was clean. So.
Yeah. True.
So that's about it. I mean, nothing really exciting. Same old. We were going to do a show last week, but since it was Christmas, we decided not to do one.
I think everybody was with their families.
Yeah.
So, didn't want to interrupt your flow.
Yeah, we understand that. Family is family.
With your friends and family.
Definitely.
So I'm hoping everybody had a good one. Hopefully you was on the lucky list and not the naughty list.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's just getting a chance to spend time with friends and family you hadn't done in a while, that's a blessing too.
Right. Yeah, it really is, man. That's pretty much, in my opinion, that's what the holiday is all about. By the holidays, I mean Thanksgiving, Christmas, and if you go there, New Year's, the New Year celebration. That's what it's all about. It's all about being with close family and if you got them, close friends. So there's that. Well, cool. I guess I get to the books, baby. What you think?
Alrighty.
All right, here we go. Books every black person should read at least once in their lifetime. Let's wait for Malcolm to pop up on the screen, and I will get started. And there is Brother El Hajj Malik El Shabazz. Okay, first book I have is one that I did on the previous show. It's called No Equal Justice by David Cole. It talks about how black people are represented in the criminal justice system, which we already know the name of that tune. It's always, we get the worst punishment for the crimes that a lot of people of non-black heritage will get a slap on the wrist for. We get the book thrown at us, but that goes without saying. So that's a good read. I got that on my Kindle. I need to get that on paperback, and that's what I'm gonna start doing. I think that's what I'm gonna start doing this year, if it's okay with the wife. I'm gonna go ahead, everything that's on my Kindle, I'm gonna try to get it on paperback if I can. So that way, when we get our permanent home, we can just put them up in the bookshelf. So anyway, next book I got is called The Color of Justice: Race, Ethnicity, and Crime in America, written by 3 people: Samuel Walker, Cassius Spohn, and Miriam DeLone. Good read, really short read. It pretty much talks about the same thing, how the American justice system is very biased when it comes to black people. And it focuses mostly on black people, not black and Hispanic, but mostly on black people. That's the reason why I like this book, because it focuses on us. Good read, really short read. Check it out, y'all. Hold on. Wrong click. Next book I got is called, an obvious one, White Privilege: Existential Readings on the Other Side of Racism by Paula Rothenberg. This book right here, man, it kind of made me laugh in some instances, man, because white people have no clue what racism is. Well, I take that back. They know what it is, they just never experienced it firsthand. And they never will, because they invented racism. And they really can't. And I've always said this on the show: black people can't be racist because we have no power. racism is a power dynamic, and we have none. So therefore, black people can't be racist. And I argue that point with anybody. Anybody. I don't care who it is. So, but anyway, this book is it's a fun. To me, it was funny. It was funny in some parts, but it was serious in others. But pretty good read. Next book I got is called Negrophobia by Jody David Armour. It talks about pretty much racism, hence the name Negrophobia. Pretty good read though. It is a really good read. I mean, this was another one that was kind of like made me laugh because the guy who wrote is a white dude. So with that being said, he's taking racism from not only a white perspective but a black perspective as well. So he's looking at it from both sides of the fence. The victim and the antagonizer. So that was kind of an interesting dynamic on his part. Pretty cool book though. I liked it. It was really nice. And last but not least, this one right here. It's called Nigger Theory by the same person, Jody Armour. Now, Mr. Armour is really, really forward in his thinking when it comes to racial talks. He kind of reminds me of what's that white lady's name? The teacher, Jane something.
I was saying Jane Seymour.
No, not her. She's the teacher. She I forgot the lady's name that quick. I can see her in my head. She's a white-haired old lady, and she breaks white folks down when it comes to racism.
Oh yeah, I want to say it's not Abernathy.
No,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but it's Jane something. Dr. Jane something. God, what's that lady's name? I can't remember. But anyway, she breaks white folks down, and he pretty much does the same thing when it comes to racism. He just puts racism right there in white folks' face and say, "This is what you're doing to these people, and you don't even give a shit." So that's why I like these books of his. I definitely gotta get these books. I actually had these books temporarily. This one right here, I had it temporarily on my Kindle until I finished reading it. Once I finished reading it, it went away. But I definitely have to get this in my library, so definitely gotta do that. That's a nice one. Good book. All right, here come my favorite part of the show. Bold words from a black woman. My white section.
Absolutely.
What you got today, baby?
Well, considering today, I want to talk about New Year's resolutions.
Okay.
What is a New Year's resolution? A New Year's resolution is a traditional most common in the Western world, but also found in the Eastern world, in which a person resolves to continue good practices, change an undesirable trait or behavior, accomplish a personal goal, or otherwise improve their behavior at the beginning of a calendar year. Now, we all have the same one because I've said these several times myself. Lose weight, be a better person, be a better sister, be a better daughter, get to work on time, pay your bills. Those are the usual common ones.
Right.
But here's a motivational quote I feel that we all can take into task now, since it's the beginning of a new year, and just remember, one day at a time is all you need. And I quote, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts."
Wow.
So if you keep pushing, keep going, okay, if you set a goal, you lose 20 pounds, that's a success. But you probably could lose 5 more. So keep going. If you try to lose 20 pounds and you fail, hey, pick back up, do like the little train, try again.
Right.
Continue to count your blessings, continue to move on, continue to move forward. It'll all be a big stepping stone towards your goal.
Oh man, that's deep.
Yeah, I thought so.
That was deep right there, man.
I came with that myself.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, I gotta
but no, seriously, like I said, we as women, thank you. We as strong women, we strive to be strong. Men too. Men are the provider and the protector of the family. Children are supposed to be good citizens, be of good cheer, love one another, don't fight your sister and brother. We all have a part of where we are in our ages and in our lives, but just do your best. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Right.
But always continue to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ABC, whatever, and keep pushing forward to whatever is attainable for you.
Right.
And that's my word of the day.
Hey, that's beautiful, man. I love that.
Thank you very much.
That is very, very, very profound.
Very profound.
I love that.
That's
I love that.
too.
So, yeah, man, that was dope.
Do you have any? Do you believe in New Year's resolutions?
I do. I really do. I think that everybody says the same thing. Pretty like you said, they want to lose weight, they want to be a better person, this, that, or the third. Well, the problem with a lot of New Year's resolutions is that those New Year's resolutions, they lack discipline, which is why they never carry them out.
I can agree with that.
I can be the first to attest to that, because I remember saying I got to get back up to my catch weight, and I've only been to the gym 3 times since I've been living here. And that right there is not acceptable, because I'm a very disciplined person. I always have been. I studied 6 different styles of the martial arts and mastered them all. So it's not like I don't have discipline. I do have discipline. I just got to get the discipline back. So as me personally, I have to be more disciplined and carry out and execute a plan and carry out till the end of it. And that's what I'm going to do, because I know I have the discipline. I know I do. I just have to do it. And that's the same thing with other people. They just lack the discipline to carry out their goals. If you have a gym membership, which we both do, which we know we do, we just got to execute that plan and get our lazy butts up and go to that damn gym.
Yeah, so like I said, I can't let excuses, the job, it's cold, I'm tired, I can't.
Right, exactly. No more excuses, man. That's my New Year's resolution.
It's not the gym, just in life.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I was saying at the beginning of the show. I can't keep living skirted it. Right. I have to just pray, keep pushing. That's my motto since I've been in this world. Pray and keep pushing. But I really got to get back to that, because like I said, COVID changed a lot of my personal innuendos, a lot of my personal journeys, a lot of my personal tactics that I had in my life, mantras, that's what I'm looking for. A lot of my personal mantras that I used to live by, because I guess it was something that finally hit me.
Yeah.
Like, the passing of my parents, it hurt, but I understood.
Right.
That old saying, there's certain things in this life that's going to happen, taxes and death. I understood that. Yes, it stung like a mother, but I understood it. But when COVID hit, I just did not quite grasp, how you say it, the concept of that.
Right.
Where did, and then when you go to a doctor, they couldn't even give you an answer. That for a long time compelled me to believe you might need to go down, sit down, and reevaluate your life. And that's what I did. That's what I did. It took me a little longer. I must admit, I sat still for a long time.
Yes,
but now it's time for me to just, you know what? Don't nobody know no number but God.
There you go. Exactly. I mean, that's why I said
it is what it is.
And that's why I said that my New Year's resolution this year is no more excuses, man. That's it. I'm done.
I was just telling my sister that the other day. I said, it's time to just get up and grab the bull by a horn and keep pushing. Right,
exactly. No more excuses. And that's what you have to do. I mean, that's what I'm going to do when it comes to me, man. No more excuses. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and do what I have to do, because I know I got a lot to do and I can do it. I know I can do it. I just got lazy. I need to cut that shit out. And so, like I said, no more excuses. That's it. I'm done. And that's it for me, man. I'm going to get back into that gym. I'm going to, find the time and the place to practice my stuff, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Okay, well, let's get to the current events. Oh, man. Do we have some doozies, babe?
I mean, for the ones you sent me, I don't know if you noticed or not, but they were pretty much all about women. The first one, I'm not going to read all. I'm just going to give like a little parable or something, because they were all related to women, and that kind of affected me, because everybody know I am a woman. Hear me, War.
No doubt.
And I am a very big advocate of women. So the first one did you hear about the LA pastor who was mauled down while delivering Christmas boxes to the needy?
Yeah.
That's unacceptable to me.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me give you something on that.
Yeah, I mean, she was doing good for lack of a better word, good in the hood. It probably wasn't the hood. I'm just saying that to get a rhyme factor going here. She was doing good in the hood as a pastor. How often do you hear about pastors doing good in the hood? You know, except for they claiming they got robbed or they were preaching for all they goals and they want to say, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that though. Moving on. God told them get them a whole 747 airplane. Listen, just move on.
Move right along.
But here this woman is doing good in the hood and she got hit. What is going on with people?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was a hit and run, wasn't it?
Yeah, hit and run. She's doing, delivering packages and Christmas boxes to the needy. Miss Tina Newman Townsend was killed by a hit and run driver while delivering food and gifts to women's shelter on December 24th. Unacceptable.
Right.
Unacceptable.
When you do good things are supposed to come back to you. I mean, that's what I was always told. My grandmother told me that years and years ago. God bless her dead. And here this woman was doing something good, and probably someone that probably didn't have insurance. That's my guess. I mean, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but I don't think that I am.
I was thinking it's Christmas Eve. Try somebody who been out trying to celebrate, got a little deliberated, and boom, there we go.
Right, exactly. I mean,
somebody trying to get to the mall before they close. It
could have been anything.
Could have been anything.
But that's not the point. The point is, you took somebody's life and you kept moving.
Stop. Just stop it. Render aid.
I mean, even
just stop and render
just
aid.
Stop and help and say, hey, I didn't see her or whatever. Just,
So you just left her to die in the street like I don't know.
Like a stray dog.
But peace and blessings to her and her family, and may God have rest on her soul.
Exactly.
For doing a good deed.
That's exactly what she was doing.
While doing a good deed.
While doing a good deed. Yeah, that's exactly what she was doing.
Okay. The next story, which I said these are all about women. Now this one right here is I don't even know what to say. A Louisiana store clerk fired faces charges for pouring bucket of cold water on a homeless person while it was below freezing temperatures.
What?
Yeah. Just a synopsis of the story. She got tired of these homeless people sleeping out behind her store where she worked, so she just went and poured cold water. Now, mind you, it's below temperatures outside, below freezing temperatures outside. These people are living on the street in below freezing temperatures. And you go out there and pour cold water, it probably froze immediately when you put it on there. It's a video out there. You ought to see it. So disgusting.
I saw the video.
Very disgusting.
There was someone that was outside. Yeah. Yeah. There was someone out there.
It was two people.
In an unrelated story, it was so cold. I mean, because we experienced the cold here.
Oh yeah.
It was so cold that they had like a bottle of water and they was pouring it out, and 1/3 of it froze as was coming out the bottle.
That's how it was in my car.
That's how cold it was.
I went to my car. When did I go to my car the other day for something, and I hadn't been there since it's been cold. Everybody know I keep bottled water in my car.
Yeah.
It was solid.
I believe it.
Solid. I'm like, what the?
I believe it.
It was solid. So yeah, but these temperatures were below 25 degrees, so that's cold.
That's below freezing. Water freezes 32 degrees. Water freezes 32 degrees. And again, this is
Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So yeah, that's just ridiculous. So the owner of the store said he didn't even talk to his clerk. He just immediately told her, leave, get out. I didn't even speak to her because we do not do things like that here. We don't appreciate her tactic. He was not aware that she did that, and he did not like what she did.
Well, see, here's the thing about that. Now, I've always said this on this show. We both said it on this show. This is supposed to be the richest country in the world, and we got people living on the street.
Too many. Too many.
That's sad. You got third world countries that got less people on the streets than we do. That's pretty sad.
And that's another thing I want to talk about with the topic today. How is that possible? And people are still trying to come here. They don't know nobody here, but they call this the land of the free. But we got homeless people from under the bridge, on the street corners, outside your front door. How? Okay. I don't get it. But we have millions of dollars to send to one of the things we're going to talk about later.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about that.
That's ridiculous.
Yes, no doubt about that.
But I don't want anybody, don't think that I'm being facetious or anything, but this lady need to have something done because that was a senseless act.
Yeah, it was. That was just flat out.
Senseless.
It was evil, in my opinion.
First of all, where's your empathy? I know I used that word a lot last year, but I think that's one thing I'm going to carry over to 2023. We need to have more empathy toward one another. They're already standing at the back of the store, probably next to like a hot pipe or something.
To a heat ventilator.
If they're already out there, it's 25 degrees, they're home, and you gonna go and pour water on them?
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man.
No empathy.
That's ridiculous. That's.
So something needs to be served upon her, some kind of duress. Something she needs to be taken held accountable for that.
I agree with you on that.
I would not fault the store owner. I will fault her.
Yeah,
I will fault her.
I agree.
Moving on. Here we are talking about our good old officers again. Tampa officer fired after dragging homeless woman with mental issues into jail. Damn. Now they had just had a big campaign for one of the things that they said officers need to stop doing is dragging people or dragging their suspects. Yeah. So here this officer is caught on tape dragging a lady across the street, trying to arrest her, put in jail. So you mean to tell me there wasn't another officer there that could have came out and have they put you under your arms and carry you in, or two get your arms and two get your legs and carry you in?
Yeah.
Put you in a wheelchair, roll you in there, so you had to drag her? Again, no empathy, unacceptable.
That right there is flat disrespectful in my opinion. Mm-hmm. You don't drag a person like that.
I understand this is an officer. You probably been trying to get her she probably was resisting. I don't know.
I get that part,
but to drag her, even if she was crippled, no. He kept saying, "Come on, walk to my car," and she wouldn't comply. So he just began to drag her.
One of my idols in hip hop is Melly Mel. For those of you who don't know who Melly Mel is, and I know the people under the age of 25 don't know who he is, you should. If you listen to hip hop music, you should know your hip hop history. Melly Mel is arguably, and I co-sign this wholeheartedly, the greatest MC ever. Now, he said something really profound in a recent interview. He said there's a lack of respect going rampant by the police force. He said that. He said the police don't respect black people. I don't see the lie in that. Do you?
Depends on the situation, but here lately for the last 9 to 10, 11 years, no.
Exactly, and I think that's where he was getting at. Now, see, you gotta understand, Melly Mel is like the first generation of MCs. Him, Grandmaster Caz, Kool Moe Dee, L.A. Sunshine, Spoonie G. People. This and the list goes on and on and on. Soul Sonic Force.
Listen to the radio. Don't mean to cut you off, but listen to the radio. Ain't it 50-year celebration now?
Yeah.
Yes,
Hip Hop will be 50 years old this year. Hip Hop be 50 years old this year.
That's a long time.
The hottest, the biggest selling music genre on the planet. But we'll get into that later on.
People thought it wasn't good.
Yeah, a lot of people did. My mother did.
I did too. I was like, what is this crap? Oh, this ain't gonna last long.
Yeah, that's what Mom said. Mom said it's a fad. It ain't gonna last long. And here it is, 50 years later. But anyway, back to what I was saying. With that being said, whenever you drag a person, that means you don't care what happens to that person. I've seen cops drag people into seen footage of cops dragging people into the police station by their hair. I mean, literally pulling their hair out by the root to get into the police station.
Well, hopefully she didn't have too many major injuries, and
I hope she didn't.
Justice will be served.
I hope so.
Next story. The family of a North Carolina veteran tragically and unsuccessfully killed on her way to church by a speeding cop.
Damn! I heard about this story.
I know you have your issues, but our friend, civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump,
and his
co-counsel is filing a is filing a federal civil rights lawsuit on the behalf of the family. Christine Harris, a 57-year-old woman, tragically killed in a crash in September of this year. But I don't see. We have I know this is going to be a story we're going to talk about later. But when these cops are taken to task or held accountable, they're given like slaps on the wrist.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tatiana. We'll talk about her later.
We'll talk about that later. But
this doesn't make no sense. This woman wasn't doing anything wrong. And here she got killed by a speeding police officer, supposedly going to some kind of an incident or something. But he didn't have no lights on, no flashing lights on or anything.
And that was my question. Was he on his way to pursue a suspect or what?
He was driving 91 miles per hour in a 50 miles per hour speed zone.
Now, if that had been either me or you, we would have got about 20 tickets.
Yeah, that's sad. Innocent. Just now she's gone. So hopefully justice be served to her and her family, and get them Crump. Go out there and get them Crump. Do your due diligence. Cause this is in North Carolina. I did say that, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Well, North Carolina is kind of on the racist.
50,
that sounds kind of like your driving, baby. No disrespect, but.
Well, I declare.
Anybody that knows my wife knows that she has a lead foot. She does.
Depends on the situation.
She has a lead foot, y'all.
If I have to get somewhere to be somewhere, I can admit to that. But on the normal, I like to cruise and groove, but if I gotta get somewhere, I gotta get somewhere. But I don't be trying to run to nobody either.
No. All jokes aside, really, she's actually a safe driver. But that right there was completely uncalled for. I was just saying that jokingly, but if that had been either me or my wife driving that kind of speed in come on, man, you know what would have happened. You know what would have happened. We would have got about 10 million tickets in one sitting.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, I agree. What else you got?
Okay, I think this is mental health. Okay. Did you hear about the story about the lady who held a Walmart employee hostage? And yes. And that they was rolling the whole time. She just kept asking for a camera crew to come out. She was at the service desk, like she was trying to return something. Yeah. And then the cashier was telling her, "Ma'am, just leave the store." And then she grabbed the lady and pulled the gun out. And she like, "Get a camera crew here. They're trying to kill me." And now someone was recording the whole time. Yeah. Police came, drew their guns. "Ma'am, put your gun down. Ma'am, put your gun down. We're trying to help you. No one's trying to kill you." As soon as the camera stopped rolling,
pop goes shot.
Yeah, that's This was in Mississippi.
When I saw this story and I saw the video footage,
21 years old,
I was saying to myself, "Lady, please put the gun down."
Yeah,
that's what I was saying to myself. I mean, maybe she was going through a mental breakdown. We don't know. That reminds me of something. There's a book that I'm reading now called "Now the Hell Will Start." It's about the biggest manhunt in World War II. It's about Private Herman Perry, who was going through a mental crisis because of the cruel treatment that black people were going through in the military during World War II. He put 2 hot ones in his commanding officer and fled into the jungle. And he was gone for like about 5 or 6 months. They couldn't find him. They didn't know where the hell he was at. So for those of you who haven't read the book, I'm getting ready to put a spoiler out there. The only reason why they found him is because him being an American, he had a hankering. He was a smoker, so he had a hankering for some cigarettes. When he went into the jungles and started getting with some of the local villagers there, he even got married there, had a wife and everything, and a baby on the way. And the only reason why they caught him is because he had a hankering for cigarettes. Which, those local villagers, they didn't have any cigarettes, so he wanted some, so he sent one of his people out to get him some cigarettes. And they were showing this picture out. Said, hey, yeah, this dude lives in my village. And boom, there you go. That's how they caught him. But I say that to say this because Sister Girl was going through a mental crisis. It was obvious.
Yeah, she looked a little disturbed.
Exactly. There was something wrong. There was something going wrong.
Yeah.
You know, just like with Private Herman Perry, there was something going wrong with him mentally, which is why he put 2 hot ones in his commanding officer. So that being said, she lost it. Just like anybody else would. There's no telling what was going on with her. And I think that law enforcement needs to have a little bit more empathy, like you said before, when it comes to the mentally challenged.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when someone's having a mental breakdown for whatever reason.
Right.
Because either one of us could have a mental breakdown. No matter what is going on, either one of us could have a mental breakdown.
I feel like, sometimes it could be borderline. But even though it's not apparent, all of us have. I think a lot of us went through that during COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
I really, really do.
A lot of people did.
So it's not everything don't have to be you look deranged, you got the crazy eyes, or you out here doing God knows what. It just could be something that's penalizing you internally.
Right.
That you could be wrote off as having mental issues.
Right.
Yeah.
Or having a mental episode, 1 to 2.
Wow.
But they have no clue as to what's going on.
Right.
Now, what else you got, baby? That it?
Well, I want to talk about, you and I talked about this the other day, quote unquote, a baby is gone. Ohio prosecutors face backlash amid demand for charges in killing a black boy allegedly shot 5 times by white neighbor. Damn. He wasn't an actual baby, but I'm sure in his mother's eyes he was a baby. He was 13-year-old. The man who killed him was named Craig Butler. He was 36 years old. In Columbus, Ohio. When you in the back, that means either he was running away or he was getting away from you and he got the better of you. And that's how I say that.
Here's my deal. When I saw this story,
his name is Sensei.
Sensei
Reed.
When I saw this story, I read the story. And I was thinking to myself, if this was our child, a 12-year-old,
13.
Well, 12, 13, same, just a year's difference. But a 13-year-old child. And how old was this man? Grown-ass man, right? 36 years old.
Should know better.
What did this 12-year-old child do to you to make you pull out your gun and put a hot one in him? Well, put 5 hot ones in him. What?
But he was supposed to be banned from carrying a gun. Let's start there. So was this a mental issue?
No, I just wasn't a mental issue. This was just flat out racism. Because I can pretty much guarantee you that if my man was, if the 13-year-old was a white guy, was a white boy, he wouldn't have shot him. He would not have shot him. That's just my personal opinion. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I don't think that I am. Did
he really say what happened? Because I read the story.
I read the story as well,
and I didn't really why he did
exactly. I didn't see a reason why he did it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's no telling, man. I mean,
these days they don't even. Shout out to what's the name? He was bag of Skittles.
Trayvon Martin
gone. And there was one story you sent. I read. I think you had sent it to me too. They shot this baby 20 some times. Thought he had a gun. It was a hairbrush.
Yeah.
So it don't really matter these days at all.
No, it doesn't.
At all. But yeah, that touches me. Like I said, I know we need public servants. Don't get me wrong. We gotta have someone to be. To have law-abiding citizens not fear, but who can call on to get some justice. But if you're killing innocent people like this, come on.
Honestly, I'm just gonna put this out there. and people can email me or call in and have a rebuttal if you want. I really don't care. This is my deal. There's nothing wrong with having someone to enforce the rules. I have no problem with that. A lawless society is a society that's going to be doomed.
Right.
But on the other side of that coin, if the laws that you are enforcing, you're not enforcing for everybody, that's when I have a problem. Because this man got out of jail, didn't he?
Yeah, he had been in jail before because he had a misdemeanor for domestic violence charges and other charges, but he keeps getting out of jail and nothing, again, no accountability. Now here it is, he done shot a 13-year-old.
And the reason why he got out of jail, I'm just gonna go ahead and say he got the complexion with the connection for the protection.
Why is he free though?
Let's start
free. There. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I know we need our officers. We need our municipal courts and our judges and our DAs and grand juries and everything. But why they keep letting people like this out?
Here's the problem I have with this whole story. Now he had been in trouble with the law before.
Previously,
should not have had a gun, from what I understand.
That he was forbidden from carrying a gun, firearm. Yes.
Exactly my point.
Mm-hmm.
But he had one anyway. Now I have no problem with someone carrying a gun. I have no problem with that at all. As a matter of fact, we're going to get us one. Or
you know what the kicker is? This happened in a small apartment complex, and you can't say he don't know because they lived in the same apartment complex.
Oh, come on. He knew who he was.
He knew who that
maybe the boy cussed him out or something. There's no telling.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. I mean, that's a grown man. I mean, you're a grown man. He's a 13-year-old. Mm-hmm. You go tell it. If he's being unruly, go tell his mama. Or whatever parents available.
Broad daylight.
And just roll it off. And then when they finally caught his ass, to let him go within a matter of hours.
I don't have words anymore. It's getting to be redundant. And then with the baby, at first it was with our black men, kind of toward our black women. Now they're doing the children.
Well, see, here's the thing. There's a documentary that Jason Black, shout out to Jason Black, has out called Race War. I think every black person should watch this and actually pay attention to what's being said. Okay. In this section, known white supremacist, what's his name?
Which one?
Damn, exactly. Richard Spencer. He said that white people are trying to win. You might as well say he quoted Malcolm X by any means necessary. They want to win. They don't care how they do it. They just want to win. Yeah. That's all there is to it. And if they have to kill children in order to win, they'll do just that. So that's why, one, he shot a child, and two, he was let go. He should not have been let go. He should be in jail right now, rotting. Yeah. Because if the roles are reversed, now you know good and damn well. What's the name of that cop? Who was that cop? I think it was Muhammad Noor that shot that white woman. He's still in jail.
I mean, I know she keep trying to get off, but what's the black lady? She did something. I forgot. I just read her story. I forgot. I should have wrote it down. She's still in jail trying to get her justice as well.
You talking about the one that shot the gun there?
No, she shot a cop.
Oh, her.
Yeah. She's still in jail, but they said they can't prove that she was the one who shot her.
So why is she in jail?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. She's still there. Now they know for a fact this I was going to call this man a dummy. I apologize. This neighbor shot this baby. He just roaming free.
Because he got the complexion with the connection for the protection.
Well, that's not fair though.
I agree with you on that.
It's not fair.
Which brings you back to that book right there, man. White privilege. It talks about that. I'm gonna put it back up on the screen. That book right there. White privilege. It'll come up in a second. It's kind of delayed here, but still, it'll come up in a second. There it goes.
Unacceptable.
It's white privilege. That's a classic case of white privilege right there. Classic case of it. So if anybody says that white privilege does not exist, here you go. Now what?
All day, every day. Which is well, let's close this.
Go ahead, baby.
Parent events with something positive. It's a story you sent me about the bus driver who overheard a kindergarten talking to his kindergarten teacher, and he was explaining to him that he didn't have no parent at home that would help him read. So between his dropping off the kids in the morning and picking them back up in the afternoon, he decided to start tutoring kids at the school so they can learn how to read. Yes. Yes, I am so in awe
Let me tell
of
you
this
something.
conversation, of this story. I was just like, wow.
Let me tell you something. When I saw that story, I said, man, we gotta have at least one feel good story.
Exactly.
So because all this negativity against black people, we know that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen because they don't want us here. They don't want us here. Plain and simple. Malcolm X has said that on several occasions. They don't want us here.
Look at they trying to pick us off one by one.
So, but anyway, this feel good story. When I read it, I'm like, that's what's up, brother.
This is his quote: "If it's in your heart to help someone, please do so."
Exactly.
Please
I have no
do
problem
so.
with that. I have no problem with that at all. Because to be honest with you, and I was going to run this by you, I was actually contemplating doing like a Microsoft Office computer course, at the church.
I think that'd be great. And you'll be surprised how many. We have a lot of elders at our company
Exactly.
at our church who probably need, because they switch these programming like they changing the sun, and it's some things do still work like the original, but then there's
Right.
those new little intricate details
They'll add
that
something
they
different
need
to it.
training
Yeah.
on. Yeah, so I think that'd
I
be an
agree.
excellent idea.
Yeah.
But he's a New Jersey school bus driver, 55-year-old. He just took what he heard the young man saying and just brought it upon. His name is Herman Cruz. He just took it upon himself. He went and talked to the teacher and talked to the higher ups and see if there would be a problem with him doing that. And on his, like I said, when he drops off the kids in the morning, he'll go to the schools and they have a certain class for him, and he would teach those who are having a hard time reading. Now this is the part that got me. This is a little town, like I said, it's outside of New Jersey, Middle Township Public School.
Okay.
88% white, 5% black. Who do you think he's tutoring?
Black people. I already know that. Because I can honestly tell you, when I was I'm going to go ahead and say it. When I was in college, I went to a PWI. For those of you who don't know what a PWI is, it's a predominantly white institution. Okay, that's the one thing that I'm envious of my wife, because she went to 2 HBCUs. I didn't even go to one. But anyway, and I hate that I missed that. But anyway, long story short, when you go to a predominantly white institution, they don't focus on the minorities there. The minorities are pretty much on their own. We got to help our own. I took it upon myself to tutor calculus, which is not an easy task. I'll be the first to tell anybody that. I've always had a knack for numbers, always. Just like now, I can do math. I can do complicated math formulas in my head without even thinking about it. But my point is, we have to. Elijah Muhammad said this a long time ago. He said, "Each one teach one." If you're able to help somebody out, especially another black person, help that person out. And that's pretty much what this brother right here is doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you another applause, brother, because that's a beautiful thing right there.
And they said that it started out with one student, and now it's up to multiple students. And now he's just not doing reading; he's also doing other strengths that need to be taken care of. And on his website, it says, "Diversity is our strength." The school pretty much hosts pre-K to second grade.
Yeah.
And now it has approximately 700 students, 62% white, 22% black, and 14% Hispanic. It says it's diverse. You have African Americans, Caucasians, Indians. Cruz said of the students whom he works with. He said he could have found other things to do, because normally he would get out, run errands, take a nap in his car. He said, but this is so fulfilling. He felt like he is giving back oh my God, this is such a beautiful story.
Yeah, and he is.
Beautiful story.
I know. I felt the same way. The way you feeling right now, I felt the same way when I read it. Yeah.
Well, kudos to Mr. Cruz. Thank you, sir, for your service, literally, and God bless you. And I hope the students I know they're young, but I hope when they get older, they will understand.
Oh, they're not going to forget this.
This is such a blessing for you guys right now, but it hurt my soul also to know that their parents are not helping them.
That's the
I know
thing.
we're living.
See,
We had like I'm sorry, because you have the latchkey kid where mama have to work.
right.
Blah, blah, blah,
I understand
blah,
that. I get that.
But God,
And I agree with you on that point. The
What a
parents should be the first ones to say, okay, give me this book right here. You know.
and he has 5 children of his own and 1 grandchild.
Oh,
and
man.
he's married.
Yeah. So my man is taking time out of his day, something like he said, he could be doing something completely different, but he just taking his time out. That's cool right there. You can't help but give him props for that.
A phenomenal job.
You can't help but give him props for that.
And they gave him a I like the fact that they integrated the what he was doing to the curriculum, so he has like his own daily 5 days a week program at the school. I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Kudos to you, sir. You get a round of applause. Round of applause.
Yeah, buddy. So, was that it? All right.
Those are all our stories for today.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. Let's go ahead and put that splash screen back up there. Hold on just a second. Okay. My man, Aaron Dean. Now, I was paying a close attention to this case, and the reason why I was paying close attention to this case is because the jury selection. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, dear. No black people on the jury.
Not a one. In Fort Worth, Texas, now we know Fort Worth got plenty of black people.
Hell yeah, it's a lot of black folks
in the little surrounding cities around there. They do.
Hell yeah, they do. There's a lot of black folks in Fort Worth, in that area anyway. So, but you got this man right here. Now, for those of you who've been living under a rock for the past few months, let me paint a picture real quick. Atatiana Jefferson and her nephew, wasn't it? Were watching television.
Watching a movie.
They were just minding their own business. They were watching movies. They was popping popcorn. I guess the popcorn or something got burnt, correct?
But she opened the door.
So they open the door to let the smoke out. Neighbor sees the door open. Neighbor gets concerned. There's something up, but somebody sent a cop out here for a wellness check.
Well, actually, they were at home playing video. I'm sorry, they were playing video games.
Yeah, they're playing video games and popping popcorn and watching movies and whatnot. Just having a good time. She was spending time with her nephew, which is beautiful by itself. So anyway, there's popping popcorn, cooking something, and it got burnt, and so they were letting the smoke out by opening the door. We've done that several times. So neighbor sees it and says, okay, send a cop out here for a wellness check. I think something's wrong. So cop goes out, didn't announce himself, anything. Tatiana springs into action. She sees something that she don't like, so she grabs her piece.
Right.
She's not pointing at anybody. She just has it, and she has it by her side. According to testimony, has a gun by her side. Hasn't pointed at anybody.
Excuse me.
So Officer Dean sees the gun without question, just starts shooting. Kills this young lady dead.
Yep.
Let me go ahead and put a picture up real quick. There she go, with that big old smile. It'll pop up in a sec. There she go, with that big smile. That smile kind of reminds me of my wife. Mine's the dimple. But anyway, this woman's life was ended. Now, I brought up Muhammad Noir earlier for another point. I'm going to bring him up again. Muhammad Noir is from, I think he's from the Sudan or something like that. But anyway, they classify him as one of us. Even though he's not a foundational black American, he's black nonetheless. He killed a white woman. They wasted no time convicting him. This woman was killed, what, 2 years ago?
2019.
Well, 2018, that's 4 years ago.
19.
Well, 2019? Well, 3 years ago. They're just not bringing this to court. And this man right here, I'm going to go ahead and put the splash screen back up. No, I got his picture up. And this man right here His picture pop up in just a second. Was sentenced to what? 12 years in jail?
If that. And I think they only gave him that to save face. So it won't be any riots.
So, yeah. I mean, 12 years in jail. He'll be out in less than 4.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's
basically,
he's a civil, what is it?
A civil servant.
Civil servant, yeah.
Now, the problem I have with this is this right here, ladies and gentlemen. If the roles were reversed, would they be so lenient? Let's go back to another case. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Terrence Crutcher. Cars broke down. His SUV broke down. He's out trying to fix his SUV. For some dumbass reason, somebody calls the police. Now, this man is trying to fix his truck, trying to get it out the street. Cops pull up. 3 or 4 cop cars show up out of nowhere. Now, they tell him to put his hands up for whatever reason. His hands are up. He's complying with the officers. Pop, pop, pop. They kill him. The person that killed him was a white woman. She's working as a cop right now.
Still to this day.
To this very day. That's exactly what's going to happen to Mr. Aaron Dean.
I don't know. There's a petition out right now for people to sign so that when he is time served, that he can no longer be a police officer.
Well, he
can
probably
work in civil anything
He
anymore.
probably won't be in law enforcement, but the point is, that was just a slap on the wrist.
12 years, yeah, because like you said, he might do 4.5 at the most.
Yeah.
Tatiana's not coming back.
She ain't coming back.
Her family will never have the rest ever. This is going to be a psychological effect for her nephew forever.
Oh yeah, because he was
So how
there.
does that even equate?
There is no, there isn't one. That's the whole point.
But I read this thing that kind of had me a little concerned.
Okay.
And it just, okay, I'm gonna read it. This is a statement that I seen on the internet that kind of put things in perspective for me.
Yeah.
It said the former Fort Worth police officer who murdered Atatiana, Aaron Dean, has been previously charged with assaulting a young woman. Young woman.
I didn't know that part.
Me neither. That's why I'm like, what? Evaluations of Dean during this time at Fort Worth Police Department show concerns with his communication and impulse control, with one supervisor noting he had quote-unquote tunnel vision.
WTF?
Right. Dean should never have been hired at all as a police department. Instead, he was given a gun and along with other officers engaged in a highly militarized response, which is to Tatiana's house, to what should have been a simple non-emergency check-in at her home. That says a lot to me. And it bothers me so bad, like with these school shootings and these people who went, like the young man who went up to the store and killed all the black people at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Y'all find out all this stuff after the fact, but then y'all would put that one little sentence on. They've been on our radar. But if this is the fact, you've already been evaluated from assaulting another woman. Your supervisor said you have tunnel vision. I mean, he has nothing but
He can't see. Yeah.
the
Nothing
straight.
but just out.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. That's all he sees.
But
Right, what's in front
he
of him.
was still on the force. I think he should have had desk duty. Or what is it? The ones that ride the motorcycle around and get the tickets.
Yeah.
I'm not. Obviously, because he didn't work his way up. He didn't have the what you get when you move in, or you didn't have the ranking. Because you got this kind of diagnosis from your supervisor, not a doctor.
Now,
it's somebody who watch your work ethic every day.
Now, if he doesn't have the mental fortitude, which he doesn't, obviously, because people have said this on several occasions, he does not have the mental fortitude to be an officer, but yet and still you gave him a badge and a gun. That's pretty much a license to kill between himself.
And I don't understand why. Like, I know there's a shortage. I know it's a lot of people, not just officers across the board. People are not working. But if you done you gave this man a chance to be an officer. Yeah. You did an evaluation on him, and this is your synopsis of the evaluation. Why is he still on the force?
Exactly my point.
You can be on the force, but why is he a walking beat officer?
And that's my whole point. That's exactly what I was getting at right there. He should not have had a gun in his hand if he's that mentally unstable. I'm just being honest.
No accountability. I'm sorry, no accountability. And when would that start? When are we going to start? Like I said 10, 15 minutes ago, I understand we need our civil servants.
Yes.
We need that. Like you said, if we didn't have that, it would be OK Corral around here.
Yeah.
But when are we going to have them start taking accountability? And then when the salt hit the fan, then all of a sudden, oh, it was just a terrible accident. No. Just like the lady who pulled the gun. Why did she pull the gun? Why didn't she pull the taser? Oh, I thought I pulled the taser. I'm so sorry. No.
That's bullshit. No, man.
Like Amber Geiger. She thought she had walked into her own apartment because she was on the phone fighting with her lover. Now Jothan is gone. Why? Where's the accountability? So no, I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. I know accidents happens all the time. They're just like, instead of using sugar, you use salt. I understand that. But when you have a deadly weapon in your hands and someone's life is in your front of you,
yeah,
that's different. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I know you want to get them before they get you mentality, especially if they do have a gun, whatever. But either these police officers go get their eyesight, because there's too many mistakes. He said that he did say commands. He saw a gun. His own, what they call their teammate, what they call his partner. His partner said, no, I don't remember him calling commands.
He didn't call any commands.
So it's like,
the nephew even said that.
Once you get caught, and all of a sudden you're lying to cover yourself. Why lie? Just like, you know what? I effed up. I'm going to take accountability. Give me my time. All these long, drawn out hearings.
It's completely unnecessary.
Wasting taxpayers' money. Television time.
Yep.
From me looking at The Young and the Restless. It's unnecessary. Totally unnecessary.
Don't disturb
Take
us.
accountability. Say you effed up. Do your time.
Yep.
If it's lifelong.
So
that baby ain't coming back.
Nope. Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's sad that they only gave him, and I still say, because he was supposed to get 20. But I think they were trying to give him 10. If they would have gave him 10, they would have gave him time served. But I think they only made it 12, so there wouldn't be a race ride down there for work, because that wouldn't have been enough. And even if they did give him 12, he probably, like you said, 4 or 5 max. Yeah. What is that?
5.5 at the most.
You
That's the longest time he'll serve.
2022 came and 22 done came, and now we're in 23.
Come on, man.
That 5 years gonna go by.
Let me just say this real quick. I moved here to Dallas, Texas in 2010. Mm-hmm. It's like it seemed like it was yesterday when I moved here. Mm-hmm. Wow. So that was 12 years ago, y'all. Mm-hmm. When I moved here. So that being said, this time that he has to serve, this 4.5, 5 years, if that, that he has to serve, it'll go by so quickly. And you know they're going to put him away from the other inmates.
Yeah, because I think if he get in Gen Pop, Gen Pop gonna pop. Literally.
Ray and Lil Reg and they're gonna get him.
Literally. They're gonna pop.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Ray and Junebug gonna get him.
That's sad to say, but hey, sometimes somebody gotta do it.
I agree. You know, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this real quick, and people can get on me if they want. I really don't care. There's nothing. In some cases, street justice is necessary. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah. I mean, probably don't want. Like I said, some people that's lifelong who know they ain't gonna ever get out, and they probably think, you know what? They probably feel like we do. Why did he kill this baby? Why did he kill his baby? And why has he done traumatized her nephew for the rest of his life? Why is her family suffering because she's no longer here? Well, I think I'm gonna be what you call them some Marvel character, what they call them, so the Great Americans, the Incredibles, whatever they call them, the Avengers, and avenge his ass. And that's all he can do. They might take his ass. They might just beat him on the daily with a wet towel. I don't know, but he need to have something. I don't wish violence on nobody. I don't think nobody booty hole need to be torn out either. But sometimes the good outweigh the bad. It depends on the situation. This man, the whole time I was looking at the case, he didn't show no remorse. He was just looking up there like, why am I here? How much longer is this gonna be? He just didn't show no remorse to me.
Well, I just put
and at the end, he was holding his family. I'm going to see. I'm like, wow.
I just put a better picture of Miss Jefferson up there, man. You know, very, very pretty girl.
Very
pretty girl. Mm-hmm. And
12 years. Nearly gets. No, I don't even think it's a full. I think it's 11 and a half years. I don't think it's a full 12.
It probably isn't. But the point is, he's not going to serve all of his time.
No, he's not.
I mean, even if he did serve all of his time, 11 and a half, 12 years is not enough.
It's nothing.
I'm sorry. It's not. He needs to have life.
Nothing at all.
Life in prison. That's if they gave him life in prison, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Not at all. That's why I said accountability needs to be taken. Like I said, mistakes happen all the time, but if you know what you're supposed to do as an officer, you still be like, hello, officers out here, we're doing a welfare check. He had on the what's the thing they wear when they record
the body cam?
The body cam.
Yeah.
None of that was done, but you lie. How you gonna lie against something that's recorded? You know, and then your partner.
I saw the body cam footage as well.
The partner
he said
you
nothing.
Did nothing. So why would you sit there and lie?
All he had to do was knock on the door and say, "Hey, we're doing a wellness check. Hey, police, Fort Worth police, we're doing a wellness check, making sure everything's okay. Neighbor called in or whatever." That's what you're supposed to do. I know way too many cops, and they have said on several occasions, "Look, this is what we're supposed to do in a wellness check. This, that, and the third." Knock on the door, say, "Hey, this is what somebody had called in for a wellness check, and we're trying to make sure everything is okay. Right. Is everything okay? Okay, you're good. Bye. Holla at you. Have fun."
Yep.
So
we see your door standing open. We just want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, exactly. We just want to make sure you're good.
He should have started singing hello, but you didn't say no. You just walked there, kicked down the door with your 4-4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Biggie.
Like Biggie, exactly. So it's like, come on, dude. Where's your accountability? You done took this young girl life.
Yeah.
Tears gone. She was just getting started.
Yeah, she was.
Now the little baby gonna be traumatized.
Oh my God!
And it hurt my heart to see him up there on that stand.
It hurt him. You could tell he was very uncomfortable with answering those questions.
Very.
Because he had to relive that all over
again. Crazy, man. But that was one of the very, very major hot topics that happened in 2022. I think he's supposed to start his sentence sometime in January? Or did they go ahead and arrest him that same day?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. I was just glad that he got something.
But there was a lot that happened in 2022, man.
So let's roll it back. Let's roll it back.
Okay.
January 6th.
White people lost their ever-loving minds. Yeah.
I've said this before. I'ma say it again today. There's no way them people was doing that because they was helping Trump. Because they were mad Trump got cheated out the election. That was a lot of people. That was a lot of people. And even the what's his name? William J. Walker, the House Sergeant in Arms, he even said, now you know if that was a crowd of us meaning melanin skinned people, it would have been a totally different story.
Where's the lie in that?
Those steps would have been covered in red sauce looking like blood.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Heads blown off. They would have not been trying to reason with them. They would have pulled their batons and shot first, asked questions later.
Exactly.
Now, where's the justice in that? Why are people... he's not the first person I heard say it. Me, myself included, have said that. Now, you know that was us right up there. We wouldn't even got to on the step, let alone breaking out windows. Look, going down the hallway talking about, Nancy, where are you, Nancy? We wouldn't have got that far. So it's like, where's the justice and why did they get in there? You can hear some of the officers, wait a minute. Let me tell you, trying to plead and comply with you people. They wouldn't have said nothing to us. They would just pull their guns and pull their batons and start swinging on us.
Let me say this real quick. In the 60s, in California, the Black Panthers went to the state governor's office. They were armed. They weren't being malicious or anything like that. They were just exercising their right to bear arms. They got to the capital of California. They got to the Capitol building in California. They were immediately disarmed.
And why is that possible?
Because they were black and they had guns. Plain and simple.
Didn't even get to the Capitol steps, let alone the front door. So how is that even possible? Unbelievable.
Hold on, I'm looking something up real quick.
Unbelievable.
But anyway, my point is this right here. When I was still at my apartment at that time, Now, I was watching something on television. And no, I just got off the phone with you. I had just got off the phone with you, and I was getting ready to go cook me something to eat. Next thing I know, a news report popped up. A special report. You know how they do special report. You know,
breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. What it was. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you, man.
Breaking news.
And when that breaking news happened, I said I didn't think anything of it. Just some, just some white people mad because they lost, because Trump lost the election. Now, and you're right. This was 2 years ago. That's what I was looking up. It was 2 years ago because right when Trump lost the election, that he said he won.
It was stolen.
It was stolen from him. And I got some views on that as well, but we'll talk about that later. But anyway, when I saw that, I can tell you exactly what I did when I saw that shit happening. When I saw them white people up there at the Capitol building getting ready to tear that gate, that they used the guardrail as a ladder to climb over the wall. I went to my kitchen and popped some popcorn and sat down and watched it and laughed. I got me some popcorn, I got me some sparkling water, and I just sit back and watch the whole melee, just laughing my ass off.
Wow. Well, did you ever think that it would have been this catastrophic? That it would have turned out the way it did?
To be honest with you, I'm not surprised that the people involved are getting slaps on the wrist. I'm not surprised at all. That's the part that didn't surprise me. Now, back to the Black Panther situation at the state capitol building in California. It got to the point to where Bobby Seale had to go to Cuba to escape going to prison for the rest of his life. He's back now, but back then he had to leave the country. Now, what's the leader of the Proud Boys' name?
Oh God, Jethro? No, I'm just.
You know,
I should have never known.
For argument's sake, let's call him Jethro. Let's just say Jethro of the Proud Boys. Let's call him that.
I know his name. We said it so much in previous shows.
They have. Well, this is current events anyway. So
Jeremy Bertino.
Is that him? No, I don't think that's him. I thought he had like a.
It says formerly the Proud Boys pleads guilty.
No, it wasn't him. I'm talking about it was a leader. He was the Proud Boys leader.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna keep.
Okay, anyway, I'm just gonna call him Jethro. Let's just call him Jethro for the sake of argument. Okay. They have intercepted his phone records. They have intercepted emails, text messages, the whole thing, the whole nine. When between him and Donald Trump. Okay, for those of you who have not been paying attention, these people were having a conversation with each other, and he was saying stuff like, "Mr. Trump, we got your back. Just let us know what you want us to do." Blah blah blah, all kinds of things. So we already know that Donald Trump is guilty of sending them over there. We know he did. That's a given.
He rallied them up.
Yeah. He riled them up because he felt that he lost it. The election was stolen from him.
Yeah, the leader name is Enrique Tarrio.
That's him.
Enrique.
Yeah, that's him.
Tarrio.
That's him. I call him Jethro. But anyway, they have accepted all kinds of communications between him and Donald Trump. So
after the fact.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying. How's all this gonna after the fact?
Of course after the fact. That's after the fact. So, but anyway, this whole January 6th thing, it shouldn't even take as long as it's taking. I mean, they committed an act of treason against their country. There's no ifs, ands, buts, and maybes about it, because they were going to charge Bobby Seale with treason. They're going to charge Huey P. Newton with treason. They almost charged Angela Davis with treason. H. Rap Brown is in prison right now for killing a cop. They don't even really know if he did it or not.
Right. Again, another case that's going over my Young and the Restless and my Bold and the Beautiful for some unnecessary, wasted television space.
Pretty much, yeah.
Y'all got these people pretty much on camera, walking up and down the halls, taking the lady personal mail,
which is a felony
by itself. The man who took the lecture thing. What you gonna do? What you gonna do with it?
Well, what you gonna do with a podium, man?
Breaking out windows, spraying and pepper spraying police officers. Some of them officers died. Some of them to this day still have lifelong injuries.
Some of them are mentally screwed up because
why is this taking so long to come to fruition? Why is it taking so long? You had these people actual faces. They weren't covering their faces.
Sure wasn't.
So why is it taking this long? I know there's a protocol. I know there's a step-by-step process. Round them up like they do pigs and cows. Put them all in the courtroom. Pop. You get 15. You get 12. You get 10. You get 9. Let's go.
Yeah,
it should be over.
Hand them out like Skittles.
Should be over and done with.
Hand them out like Halloween candy.
All this individual and trying to come with this, and in between time trying to get Trump's tax returns and trying to prove. Come on now.
Let's talk about
y'all
that.
Y'all should be doing this all along.
Let's talk about that real quick. They finally got Trump's tax returns.
Lord have mercy.
Finally.
After how long? Almost 6-7 years?
Yeah.
And what did they find?
They found that he underpaid.
I just want to say a lot of mishandled numbers.
Exactly.
To make it look like that he is not what he is.
I can say this about Donald Trump. Whenever he was debating Hillary Clinton, he said, and I quote, "The system is corrupt." Mm-hmm. The moderator said, "How do you know it's corrupt?" He said, "Because I use it."
If you must admit though, and like I said, I'm not a big Trump fan.
I'm not a Trump fan at all.
But when I tell you, I can't never hear y'all gonna say that he just told a bunch of lies.
He did not lie.
He didn't lie about nothing. He wasn't gonna help y'all. Did he help y'all?
Nope.
He told y'all, well, you get the tax return, I get it. Have y'all got him yet? Barely. He told y'all, I use the system to my advantage, and I'm teaching my children and my grandchildren.
And that's exactly what he's doing.
To do the same thing.
He didn't lie.
What part of that is a lie?
He didn't lie. He did not lie. He told the truth. I mean, and I can respect somebody that tells the truth.
That's what I said too.
I can respect that.
Now these people like Kamala, like I said before, I know y'all get tired of me saying this, trumping around in chucks and pearls, promising me the world, and she ain't gave me a breadcrumb yet.
She ain't going to.
Why? Don't lie to me. That's what I'm saying. Don't lie and steal from me.
Exactly. Talking about she used to listen to Snoop Dogg when she was in college. Come on, Snoop Dogg wasn't even out then.
Yeah, I smoked a little weed.
You probably did. That's on you.
Who cares?
Don't nobody give a damn about you smoking weed. That's not a black thing. Shit, white folks been smoking weed longer than us.
Forever. Shout out to Willie Nelson. I mean, come on. Let's keep it one. This time now, like I said, 2023, we got to start holding these people accountable.
I agree.
When they come to our schools, our HBCUs, and our large black churches, let's tell them, hey, you know what? We done heard this song and dance before. Bring something else. Come with something else. Because we're tired of it. Just like that little hamster in the wheel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Tired of it.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you on that one, man.
But I still want Stacey to get something. Stacey needs something. She don't work so hard.
Well, yeah, Stacey was, let's get on Stacey real quick.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm not mad at Stacey for running. She can run all she wants to. But if you're going to run and you want black people support, give black people what they want.
She tried. She tried.
Plain and simple. I mean, that's all it is, Stacey. If you want black people to vote for you, be in black people's corner. Mm-hmm. Be in their corner. Give them what they ask for. Black people want some tangibles now. Yeah. We're not going to go for the benign neglect anymore. That's the problem with all these black candidates. Senator Warnock found that shit out the hard way, did he not?
He thought he was in there like
he thought he was in there like swimwear. He thought he was in there. Mm-mm. Now, how can you almost lose twice to a person that can't even form a complete sentence?
Who's never ran a political office before?
That's the second.
That's the first. I'm like, what? Who has a mental capacity? I read this article that said he has a mental capacity of an eighth greater.
I believe it.
And here you are, this distinguished,
college-educated black man.
college-educated, been in the political game over 10 years, a minister of a prestige large congregation, and you's about to lose your job to someone who has an 8th grade thought process. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I can't blame that, because that's the power, for lack of a better word, of voting.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
I
the power of
agree.
voting.
See, but the thing of it is, and that's that, and I'm getting at that too. I mentioned Senator Warnock to prove a point. Mm-hmm. My point was this right here. Senator Warnock almost lost to a person that can't even talk.
Right.
You can't understand half what Herschel is saying, and that's not because of him having concussions and stuff like that. Because Emmitt Smith, one of the greatest running backs out there, didn't talk like he talked, and he was a running back too, just like Herschel Walker was. So you're missing with that bullshit. Yeah. So you're missing with that one. My point is, that goes along the lines of Stacey Abrams as well. If you want black people support, give black people what they want. Black people want tangibles. We don't want empty promises anymore. That shit is set over and done with now.
Yeah.
Give us something. Give us reparations.
Well, in her defense, I feel like she did. She did turn a state that's been red forever blue.
Oh, I give her credit where credit is due.
She did her due diligence. I'm gonna say to a point.
Yeah.
But when you have, like I said, the power of votes and that other political party and race factor, instead of pulling you down, you can only do so much.
I agree.
You can only do so much.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. That's true too. But what you have to understand something is this right here. Democrats, and the Republicans, you know, they're both two different things from the same poisonous snake. Plain and simple. Let's just be real about the situation.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing about it is this right here. A Democrat will throw a rock and hide their hands. A Republican throw their rock and say, "Yeah, I threw it. What you gonna do about it?"
Right. We found that out this year too. Well, 2022.
Exactly.
We found that out wholeheartedly.
Exactly.
We thought the Democrat was for us, but they were the main one against us.
Exactly.
Shout out to Roe versus Wade.
Come on. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second.
How you gonna try to tell me I can do with my body? Exactly.
I disagree with that 100%. Let's give somebody a little bit of a history on the Roe versus Wade. There was this white lady. She was messing around with a brother. Got knocked up. Didn't want to have the baby because she didn't want to have no black babies. Well, there's a simple solution to that. Don't have sex with black men.
Oh no, good baby, from personal experience. When you ride the soul boat, they be gone. I had a friend in college like that. I'd be like, girl, Jerome, girl, you don't sit your. Yeah.
Anyway,
something different for them. It's like it's a fantasy almost.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. It's kind of like a fetish. But
fetish, good word.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later on. But anyway, she got knocked up by a black dude. Didn't want to have no black babies. But like I said, there's a simple solution to that. If you're a white woman, if you're a non-black woman, let's put it like that. Not just a white woman, but there's a lot of them out there. If you're a non-black woman and you don't want to have any black children, don't have sex with black men. That'll cut that out real quick. All right. Plain and simple.
You said it done.
But that's just it. That's just it right there. But she didn't want to have no black children, so she wanted to go get an abortion. There was a problem with that. People started saying, "Hey, you're killing a human being," and that's when that whole thing happened.
Well, like one of the stories we did in one of the podcasts earlier, white people on the verge of becoming a minority.
Yeah, they are.
Because they've been mixed racing for so long. It's not a purebred white.
Again,
you know, it's
and
hard.
And that's another reason why white men have a thing against black men, because black men can genetically wipe them off the planet.
One drop.
There you go. We can genetically wipe them off the planet. And they know this, which is why they hate black men so much. They have penis envy. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, God bless the dead, had said this in her book, The ISIS Papers. It's penis envy. That's all it is. Penis envy. That's why back in the day, and we saw this in one of the, it was either Buck Breaking or one of the Hidden Colors movies. shout out to Tariq Nasheed, where they would hang a black man and keep his genitals in a jar as a trophy. Okay, so what that was all about, I don't know, but still, you know, you cut a man's thing off after he's dead, he can't use it when he's dead. So, but you know, but anyway, it's penis envy. That's all it is. And like you said before, there's a whole lot of white women out there riding the soul pole. Case in point, the people on Good Morning America. You want to talk about that?
I'm a little torn with this story.
Why is that?
Because we've had other situations like this before. I mean, I know it's not correlated, but it's kind of along the same rim. Billy Bush from Extra is it Extra or Inside Edition? I think it's Extra. Sitting on the bus with Trump. Trump was doing all the talking, grab him by the pee and kiss him in the mouth, and you gotta treat him nice this way. Billy didn't say, "You right." Only thing that man did was laugh or laughing. He got fired. Both these anchors from Good Morning America are married.
Yep.
And you have a certain that you have to uphold when you're on a national syndicated program like that.
Yep.
As a married man or woman.
Yep.
And then you start messing with your co-anchor.
Yep.
And now I gonna find out he messed with other women in the company, and they knew he was married as well. But this lady said, "You know, I gotta have it." She went and divorced her husband immediately, moved out the house.
Yep.
So, like you said, it might be the soul pool.
That's exactly
but he's not really fully white black either, is he?
I don't know what it is. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, I just feel like they need to lose their job as well. Cause I'm pretty sure they signed some kind of ethic code of responsibility when they start the job. At every job I've ever had, there's a code of ethics that you have to read and pay attention to. You know, that's just the way it is.
So what's the difference between them and Billy?
There is no difference. There is no difference whatsoever. I mean, like I said, she got hooked on the soul pole, and that's all there was to it. You know, you're a woman, you ain't mad at her. I mean, you gonna blame her?
No, but I'm saying, like, if you're gonna do that, get ready for the ramifications.
Yeah, exactly, because there's gonna be some backlash. And see, let me just say this real quick.
Let me ask you this real quick before we move on.
Okay.
What are your thoughts as a black man?
I'm getting to that. Okay. That's what I was going to get to. When you're in the workforce, you're a black man in the workforce. If you are a black alpha male, and this is what I've noticed personally, because I've been through it. If you're a black alpha male, non-black women and sometimes black women, they're gonna start trying to choose up on you because if you're like let's say Billy Porterish, I'm gonna say that they don't really view you, the men inside the white men inside corporate America don't really view you as a threat. But if you're an alpha male and you got some oomph about you, you got some swag about you, the women gonna start trying to choose up on you. That's just the way it is. It's always been like that. Trust me, I know. I've experienced it. So I'm not going to sit up here and say that he was right in cheating on his wife and making that white woman leave her husband to go be with him. But in my personal opinion, I think they should both be suspended.
Suspended or fired?
Suspended. Because I don't think it was right for my man to, I don't think he did. The only thing the dude did was laugh at Donald Trump, say grab him by the know what.
But he got fired. He was suspended. They were pretty much a petition to get him back. He was fired.
They shouldn't have fired him. The only thing he did was laugh. He didn't agree with Trump. He didn't disagree with Trump. He was just laughing. That was wrong by itself. But I think they should be suspended, plain and simple. Suspended for however long without pay. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think anybody should lose their job for infidelity. That's a personal issue.
But if you sign a code of conduct, though,
Yeah, I agree. I see your point.
That's just like going against a prenup.
I see your point.
If we sign a prenup, why you contesting? Now we no longer gonna be together. You signed this prenup.
Oh no, I agree with you.
It's gonna be fully warranted, honey.
I agree with you. I mean, I see your point. You're 100% correct. I see your point.
There should be no second guessing. Here's your 2 weeks notice. Collect your things and pass go.
Right.
Clean out your locker.
Right.
I could be a little harsh, but I'm just saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah. Okay, I see your point.
Sorry.
I mean, I get it.
They hold us in high regards when we do crazy. Oh man, I just took like 2 pens from the office supply. You gotta go. Fired. And here my whole record gonna become a felony because y'all gonna say I stole from the company.
Exactly. That's messed up by itself. Man. What else happened in 2022, man, that we want to talk about?
Ukraine.
Oh, yeah, let's get on that.
Half our money, if we have any money, is going over to help them. A couple of weeks ago, their president came over here
and asked for some more money.
I'm like, come on. They gave him, what, $33.1 billion? And matter of fact, they already done gave him almost excess of $50 billion already.
More than that, actually. Here's my problem with that.
Like I said, I wish.
Here is my problem with that. Black people have been asking for reparations since Frederick Douglass.
How's that going?
I say that to say this. When slavery was supposed to be over, the U.S. government compensated the slave owners because they lost property, quote unquote. So they compensated them, so they got reparations. Now, it's time for the government to ante up and say, hey, this country was built literally on the blood, sweat, and tears
and backs
of these people that we pretty much put into antebellum slavery for all that time.
And we promised these things too.
We promised them a whole bunch of different shit, and we reneged on the promises. We need to make up for that.
Make up for everybody else.
So what did they do? Here come that bullshit HR 40 bill, which was a waste of the paper that that Jim Clyburn wrote it on.
I really don't want to think this man is, for lack of a better word, lackadaisious in his thought process.
He is. Just be honest.
Some of the stuff, you one man, you be like, yeah, tell him. Yeah, and he'd be like, what the?
Exactly. So like I said, the HR 40 bill, for those of you who don't know what the HR 40 bill is, let me explain to you. It is a bill that Jim Clyburn came up with that was a study to see if black people need reparations.
Again, back on the back burner.
Put it back on. It's a time wasting tactic, basically. Now the Ukraine's going through whatever they're going through. Was that study? Was that study for that?
No.
They just started writing checks, correct?
Right.
Where's our check?
So what I'm saying is like, okay, so there is documented evidence
that black people need reparations.
Slavery was, even though some of us think it wasn't. Shout out to Kanye, who say that it never happened. It has been documented on film and in books.
No. He said slavery was a choice. That's what he was saying.
To me, that's just like saying it never happened.
I agree with you on that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's been documented on film and in books that it did happen. Pull up some of our ancestors' backs and see those railroad tracks, marks, whips on the back of their back. It happened. So what do you have to do a study about?
There's no study to be had.
What was Martin Luther King marching for? What was Rosa Parks sitting in the front of the bus for?
Don't forget about
what was Malcolm X doing? What was Hampton doing? What was Garvey doing?
Mega efforts.
Shout out to John Lewis. I mean, even though they have their moments, Shirley Caesar, first black lady who ran for president. Shirley Caesar, gospel artist. Sorry, but she up to Aretha Franklin. Let's give it out there. They are pioneers too. Harry Belafonte.
Oh yeah.
Sidney Poitier. These people are doing stuff for black. Why? If it's not warranted.
It's definitely warranted. Spike
Lee, his whole company has the name of
40 Acres and a Mule.
So why are these people doing these things if it never would happen, Mr. Claiborne?
Well, see, again,
there ain't no study needed. It's a fact.
Again, the first things that Joe Biden did whenever he got signed into office, whenever he was sworn into office, he put out the Asian crime bill because a couple of Asians got their asses kicked.
No study needed.
No study needed. They automatically started writing checks. Again, like we said in previous shows this year. Where's our check?
Right. I mean, like you said, I think we said this on the last show. Dirty old voice creeping up. Excuse me. I think we said it on the last show. I think something is trying to jump off in California.
Yes, let's talk about that.
And I don't think that's enough.
I agree, but it's a start. It's a start. It's a start.
Is it going to be a monthly payment?
That's a good question. I don't know.
If it's a monthly, okay. But if it's just
That's
a one-time hit a quitter and y'all going to take most up with taxes,
that's a start. I mean, it's still a start. It's still a start. I mean, I will still accept it. I mean, in the state of California, that's not going to do too much of anything because the cost of living there is high as a cat's back.
I just was like my mom used to say, high as giraffe pussy. So that's mighty high.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
You gas $8 or $9 a gallon.
Come on, man. I agree. But see, here's the thing about it. There's a few people out there. I'm going to go ahead and call them out. Who said? Let me see. What's that comedian's name? Faison Love, who's not even a foundational Black American, by the way. He's Cuban.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's Cuban. His family heritage is Cuban.
Oh wow. News to me.
Yeah, he's Cuban, saying that black people don't need reparations. As much as I hate to say it, Dr. Umar Johnson said the very same thing.
I have a little reservation about him too, so go ahead.
And another one that said that he's against black people getting reparations was, I think, the comedian Godfrey. Well, he's Nigerian.
He's Nigerian,
so,
yeah.
He wouldn't get a check anyway.
Yeah.
So my point is, for all those people out there, that's especially, and if there's a few foundational Black Americans that say that, like Dr. Umar Johnson, he said that. If you don't think that black people don't need reparations, well, give me your check then. Because the one thing that Faison was trying to say, that not just him, but a lot of folks were trying to say, was that black people would trick that money off. Now, granted,
that's not his call to make.
I agree with you on that. Granted, that would, if you have 10 black people that got reparations checks, true enough, 4 of them will go to the Nike store. They go to get flat screen TVs.
Sure.
They get 80-inch flat screen TVs for a 1-bedroom apartment. They get PlayStation 5s. They'll go out and the ladies will go out and get Coach purses and red bottom heels and
shout out to a 30-inch weave
and 30-inch weaves and Indian hair bundles and all kinds of unnecessary, what I call nigger trinkets. Yes, there will be some that would do that. And then you got people like me and you. I ain't gonna trick that money off. I got businesses to finance.
I just say, I believe in my heart of heart. Even though people know, I was talking to a friend and he said, you know you love the shot. So why would you say that? I mean, people have that assumption about you, but I would definitely invest. Yeah. I would invest in some of my dreams, definitely your dreams, and I would invest in, I mean,
that's what you do.
That's what you put it back so it can make for you for lifelong generational.
There you go.
Effect,
exactly.
You know?
See, yeah,
ain't nothing wrong with getting your little trinkets. Don't get me wrong. You know, hey, I might do the same thing every now and then, but I'm not gonna drink all of it.
Exactly. I mean, and you're right. You're gonna see some people out there that's gonna take that money and have a Caprice Classic and put rims on it.
Go get your Range Rover when you're living in a project.
Thank you. You're living in a damn 1-bedroom shack, roach infested.
Hey, but so it just shows you the different mentality of people's value and their conception of what money can do for you.
Exactly, money should be working for you, not working against you.
Right.
But it is what it is. But there are some people that would trick it off. I'm not saying that they're not going to. That they wouldn't be.
I mean, I know you had your reservation, but I still say it's not enough.
I agree.
If it's a monthly payment,
I would say I would definitely say that it's not enough. I would definitely say that it's definitely not enough.
But I say this too.
It's a start.
If it's a start, I think it's going to be what, $220,000 or something.
Yeah.
So if that's it, without any taxes.
Yeah. Okay. They have to put rules on it.
That's what I'm saying.
Put rules on it.
You know they're gonna take taxes, just like with the Mega Million. Now the Mega Million was $550 million.
That's half of that's
take home $396. Why?
They took a third of it.
Why? Why would they go to taxes? $550. You ain't gonna take on $396. That's crazy.
They took a third of it.
I mean, I'll still play. And I'll still take it. But that taxes are a mother, you know. And I look, and then like I say that, but then I look at it like this: you only spent $1 or $2 to get it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I don't really care about them taking taxes out of it because I get the most of it. I ain't worried about that.
Like my paycheck, like I was telling Gwen, my bestie the other day. It's too many taxes coming out, and now I think they're trying to recoup and get back.
That's
when
exactly what
Trump lowered the payroll taxes.
Yep, that's exactly what they're doing.
Again, like I said, I don't have nothing against the man. I don't say I like him or I'm for him, whatever. But when he was in there, I didn't see this much strife that's going on now.
Let me say this real quick. I'm going to say this about Donald Trump, and I said this on this show on several occasions. Donald Trump didn't do anything to help black people, but he didn't do anything to hurt black people either. So you can say what you want to say about Trump. Trump's policies did not hurt black people. They didn't help black people, but they didn't hurt them either.
Right. So do you think we need to be, because like we said, we have so many allies, we go through things too, but who can we call on when we get into a crisis? You think if Ukraine get on their feet, you think we can call them and ask them for $33 billion?
Hell no. I'm just being honest with you.
You think we can call China?
Nope.
Russia?
Nope. I'm just being honest with you.
Again, when we gonna stop being the Captain Save-A-Ho to all these other countries, and we go to send our military personnel. Some come back, some don't. God rest their soul.
Yeah.
But we going out helping other people.
Yeah.
But when we get into it, when Kim Jong-un had his little finger dancing around the base,
and he still does.
How many people said, "Okay, we gonna help y'all. We gonna fight with y'all"? How many?
They said,
I don't know that many.
This is exactly what they're doing. Man, I would help you out, but I gotta go to work. So, if I'd had to go to work, I'd help you out. But, see you when I see you, and that's it.
I would.
I would, but I would go and get out of my face.
Another thing that happened is we had the midterm election was
again
laughable. From the Warnocks to the we had a lot of but I must admit we have a lot of black faces in offices now.
Yeah.
We have a lot of LBQGTPOG in offices now.
Right.
We have a lot of women, just not black women, but women in general.
Speaking of women,
now.
It
was a shit show for a minute, but then it kind of leveled out, I guess, the playing field.
Speaking of women, what about the new Supreme Court Justice we got? The sister.
Ketanji.
Yeah. I mean, what are your thoughts on her as a woman?
I was looking at her like she's been mentioning things during the January 6th and all that, and I like what she's saying. I like her stance. I like that she seems like she appeared to not be afraid to voice her opinion, to write her script down and read it aloud.
Unlike Clarence Thomas.
Right, I was just going to say that unlike someone who's been on this seat for damn near over 40 years, it seemed like his wife was telling him what to do every single day since he's been in office.
Clarence Thomas is a Class A coon. I'll be the first to tell anybody that. His wife is more of a Supreme Court
Exactly,
justice.
that's what I'm saying. I think he go to work every day with an earpiece in his ear, and he be like, okay, I just made me a cup of coffee, now what? Sit down, okay, sit down. Okay, I'm sitting down now what? That's how I feel. After listening to her story, her background, she was running his seat from her house.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
But I don't think Ketanji is like that. I don't. Like I said, it hasn't been that long, but I don't feel that. I feel that she will make her mark in our favor some way or somehow.
It's like I told people when she got elected. I'm not knocking her getting elected. I'm just saying let's not get all warm and fuzzy in the stomach yet. Let's see what she's going to do.
It's still early.
It's still kind of early, so I'm not going to sit up here and say she's not going to do something or she is going to do something. I really don't know. We'll just have to see, because if it turns out that she's another Clarence Thomas, all I got to say is I told y'all. Which I hope to God she's not another Clarence Thomas.
I don't think so. Now that Kamala shocked me, but if Ketanji,
Kamala,
I think I'll just have to pack my bags and just be like, you know what?
Kamala didn't shock me at all.
I'm done.
Kamala didn't shock me at all. I told everybody, you heard me say it, she is not who she says she is. I said it on this podcast, and you know I said it. She is not who she says she is. I hate to be and I told you so, but I told y'all.
And there's another thing I want to talk about. I don't even know if we talked about it on the show, but they keep saying we're in a recession. We got inflation. We got high gas prices. Grocery prices.
We know
the
that
Fed rate. You can't get a house. Trying to push $400,000 houses that look like matchboxes on you.
Yeah.
People not wanting to work. People working overtime because they trying to make sure their company still stay afloat. A lot of companies close their doors.
Yep.
But how in the hell, excuse my French, did Apple stock rise to $3 trillion? Somebody gotta be buying them watches and those phones and those earbuds.
Let me say this about that.
Explain that to me.
Let me say this about that. Apple, and I've said this before on several occasions, not just on this podcast, but just in general. Mm-hmm. Apple has the best marketing team on the planet.
Obviously.
They have everybody in the so-called free world wanting their products.
I don't
want them either. I mean, because I'm not really impressed by it. I'm not impressed by it. But every time Apple comes out with a new phone, we got people out there getting kicked out of their apartments trying to get that damn $1,500 phone.
They'll go get the phone for they pay their rent. Well, how is that? What school did you graduate from? I don't know.
It's like you said before, they got their priorities mixed up.
Yeah.
They rather have a phone than have a place to live.
Yeah, like $3. But I said that even do we have a trillion? What that look like?
God damn, yeah. $3 trillion. That's how much the company's worth, but
and
the
that's
stock
just
itself.
Stock.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And we had the Winter Olympics, and then we had the baby formula shortage, which is pathetic. Then we had the Brittany Griner detainment, but she's home now, praise God.
Yeah.
I don't think she got the welcome home that she wanted, but at least she's back on U.S. soil, and she's back with her family and her wife, so God bless her for that. But the other guy that's still there, hopefully he can get out soon. They fight hard for him like they fought hard for her, because again, it's still whatever what he did, he's still an American citizen, and his family misses him just like Brittany's family misses her.
It's like I said on the last podcast, because that was the last podcast we had done. We talked about Brittany Griner.
Right.
The reason why Brittany Griner was let out was the reason why the Democrats did this. Mm-hmm. The reason why the Democrats was campaigning so hard to get her out is because she's a 3-for-1 shot.
Yeah, it was a political.
Yeah, it was a political thing. She's a gay black woman, so that's 3-for-1 right there. Mm-hmm. Gay, black, female.
Right. 3 the hard way.
Yeah, that's a 3-for-1 shot right there. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why she was let out, and I said that on the last podcast. That's the reason why they was campaigning so hard to get her out of there.
They go hard for theirs. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, my question is this right here: if the Alphabet Brigade was so hurt about her getting out, how come they didn't put forth more of an effort? They didn't. Mm-hmm. They did not.
I don't know.
They did not.
Make you wonder, though.
Yeah, it does make you wonder, man. But which brings me back to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle only pointed out that there's racism in the Alphabet Brigade. He didn't lie. Mm-hmm. The Brittany Griner situation is 100% proof of that. Mm-hmm. So
I guess they pick and choose who they want to cause or who they want to.
That's exactly it.
Bag or who they want to support, which is kind of like what this America that we live in is all about.
Oh yeah, and speaking of America, we want to talk about Mr. Kanye West, or as he calls himself now, Ye.
Is that what he called? They say they can't find him. Has he went into isolation?
He probably did, because
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, exactly, because he's saying stupid shit.
Always.
I mean, Melly Mel got, I love Melly Mel. That's one of my favorite MCs. Mm-hmm. Melly Mel says something wrong with it. Oh, you think, Mel?
Well, they been saying, they say he don't take his meds. Like, I think Kim was the first person I ever heard say that. Well, no, what's her name? The first girl he was with,
Amber Rose.
Amber Rose said that was one of the reasons he just, like, it's just like a light switch with him. Right. If he doesn't take his medicine. So
I think that, and I've said this before on several occasions, I think the main problem with Kanye West, now I want the old Kanye West to come back. I want the George Bush don't like black people Kanye. That's the one that I like. Mm-hmm. I like college dropout Kanye. I like late registration Kanye. I like graduation Kanye. That's the Kanye I like.
And like we said though, when things happen in people's life,
and again,
and they can't emotionally deal with it, I think this is the fallout.
Which brings you back to my original. Which brings you back to my point. Kanye West wasn't the same after his mama passed away.
Mom died, yeah.
He was not the same after that.
As some people can deal with it, he probably never have really just.
I don't think he has. That's the reason why he's going through what he's going through. I mean, Kanye West. I heard that Drink Champs rant that he did, and some of the things he was saying I agreed with. Case in point, when he said that Jews control the media, that's not
that's a given.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a given.
That's true. He didn't say anything bad. He just told the truth.
Stated facts.
He just stated the fact. Now all the other crap he was saying, okay, Kanye, George Floyd, okay, yeah, you lost points with that. Yeah. But anyway. But he was stating facts. Same thing. I mean, and which brings me to the whole Kyrie Irving debacle.
Another situation where this man didn't say anything.
Now, exactly.
Now let's start all the way from the beginning.
Okay.
He never took the shot. It's this such thing I think called COVID-19.
Yeah. Where
everybody got scared and took the shot. I was one of the ones who ate the bait.
I wouldn't.
And took the shot.
I didn't.
Not knowing, what was going on. But like I said earlier, when stuff like that happen, they can explain to you why it's happening. You run on Skirt Street for a while.
I agree with you.
I was on Skirt Street first in line.
Oh yeah.
And then come out something like monkeypox.
Yeah.
But that's where it started. He never took it. He lost millions of dollars and he could not play in the NBA.
And he didn't care.
Now there's something about he posted something on his social media. I'm like, come on.
He said he posted. The only thing he did was post a link to
never
a
said
video.
A word. Just post
didn't
a
say
link.
anything. He wasn't promoting it, anything like that.
Now he's anti-Semitic.
And now he's anti-Semitic. And now he had to do all these
Jews.
Exactly. He had to make all these apologies and shit.
Take all these classes.
Right. And go meet with rabbis and shit like that. That's pretty much whooping him in front of everybody.
Right.
That's pretty much what they're doing. They're beating in front of everybody. Yeah, they're buck breaking it. They're buck breaking him right now. So, and he did all these things. He even apologized. What more do you want him to do?
Right.
He apologized.
I don't know.
Now you're going to make an example. See, and one thing that I said about the situation, one thing I've always said about the situation is this right here. Ever since he didn't take that shot and made everybody look completely stupid, they've been trying to get back at him. Now I support Kyrie Irving, man. Kyrie is the man in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Stood his ground. Shout out to that brother for stand on your square and not backing down.
Just like the football player
Colin Kaepernick.
Why won't I call him Kirkpatrick?
He's still on the square. He still ain't playing in the NFL. And it's a lot of teams that need him too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but anyway,
shout out to Houston, Texas. I'm sorry. What's the black coach name? Lovey. But Lovey, y'all need to call old Colin.
For real, he's still available.
Get him on up there.
He's still available. But anyway, and Kyrie did all those things. And Shaq cooned out on him. We knew Charles Barkley was going to coon out on him. I knew Charles,
but it shocked me with Shaq.
Come on. Shaq cooned out on him. Shannon Sharp cooned out on him. LeBron James cooned out on him. Who else cooned out on him? Stephen A. We saw that coming. We saw that coming. Yeah, we saw that coming. That's a given. But the one person that didn't coon out on him.
His name cool. Ain't Stephen Coon. That's his middle name.
Yep. Now, the one person
he did say something. I agree with him with the Deion Sanders thing.
Yeah.
I agree with him on that. It's like he wasn't quite a coon for that, but he cooned out when it came to Kyrie.
We'll get back to that. But the one person that surprised the hell out of me was Jason Whitlock. He didn't coon out. I'm like, God damn, what Jason's?
The one you think that would have.
The one that doubt. The one person you thought would have cooned out, he didn't.
Right.
I'm like, damn, Jason, he didn't coon out.
Some people get it. Some people wholeheartedly get it. I think some people do it for show, and then when it hit home, some people get it. And they probably hit home for Jason.
But LeBron James did win brownie points with me when he put the media in check. I loved it.
He did it so smooth.
He would
just hold the microphone like you normally do.
Y'all ain't ask me about the Jerry Jones thing, man. Y'all ask me
I got one more thing to say before I leave here.
Yeah.
Why y'all ain't ask
me about the Jerry Jones thing?
You can hear crickets.
Man, they ain't even say nothing. How come y'all answer about the y'all answer about everything? Y'all answer about the Kyrie Irving thing, man. But Jerry Jones thing, y'all didn't ask me. And they should have asked. Now see, now they had asked Jerry. They had asked. I remember on several interviews they had asked LeBron James about football issues about football stuff because he's a Dallas Cowboys fan. He likes the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
And since Jerry Jones is head coach, general manager, water boy, what else is cheerleader,
announcer, the person who give you popcorn at the stand,
the vendor,
the one who put the stripes on the field, the ticket taker,
he's all of that.
The merchandise seller.
Oh man, yeah. He's all of that. When you
can't order your tickets, he places order for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, he does everything.
He do everything over there. Let him tell it. But anyway, and they put that picture of him, and when he was in Arkansas, during when the Little Rock Nine went to the school. And was trying to go to school when they separated school due to the Brown versus the Board of Education decision. He was there talking about he didn't know what he was doing. Like, yeah, you did. Come on.
Like I said, I think we went back and forth on it. I kind of...
No.
He was 14.
He knew. In Arkansas? Come on, he knew.
At 14?
He knew. He knew. Come on.
The words of Kevin Hart, who I think I don't like. You gonna learn today. You gonna get a real quick tutorial today.
For sure, man. For sure.
Well, we had so much to go on. Like, I know the biggest story is Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Oh man.
Which I thought was just kind of blown out of proportion, but I kind of get it.
Let me say this real quick about that.
But
let me say this real quick about that. Since we're doing a recap of everything that happened in 2022, Will Smith had been the butt of jokes for the past, I'm going to go ahead and say 6 years? 6 or 7 years. How long has he been married to Jada?
They've been married like 20-some years.
Well, not that long. I mean, just here recently.
Well, he's always been like the bucket. He was considered like the clean rapper. He was one of the crossover actors. So he always got that. He ain't no real black man. He ain't really for the people. But yeah, I think he got to wake up.
Well, see, think of it is, man. Let me say this about Will Smith. I actually like Will Smith. I like his music. Because Girl Ain't Nothing But Trouble is one of my favorite jams of his.
I like Summertime.
Summertime is funky too. Now, as far as him not really cursing in his rhymes and stuff like that, I don't have a problem with that. That was just his lane. He's not a gangster. Plain and simple. Everything ain't gotta be I'll fuck a nigga up and all shit like no. Everything ain't gotta be about that. Sometimes you need to be smooth with the shit. So that's why I've never had a problem with Will Smith. I've always liked his music, especially his DJ. I'm a DJ fan. I like DJ Jazzy Jeff. But when this situation happened, you have to understand something. For the past 6 or 7 years, Will Smith has been the butt of everybody's jokes. And most of those jokes were behind his wife, Jada.
Oh yeah, with the what is the word? Entanglement.
Yeah, with the entanglement. That's what really solidified the butt of his jokes right there.
Yeah.
So, and my problem with that situation right there is this right here. When you say you want an open marriage and an open relationship, that's the blowback from it. That's what you signed up for, bruh. So don't get mad. Now back to the Chris Rock debacle. Chris Rock was doing this monologue. He was telling a joke. He wasn't being disrespectful. But Will felt that his wife was being disrespected, so he went up and took it out on Chris Rock, which was completely unnecessary. I think that it'll be the same thing. Like, let's say, hypothetically speaking,
it was defending her honor, though, wasn't it?
I understand that part. I get that part, but there's a way to do it. If you're defending your wife's honor, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I defend your honor in a heartbeat. Wouldn't think twice about it. But there's a way to do it. Now, if a man just being flat out being disrespectful, yeah, I'm gonna knock his ass out. But if he's like, making fun or whatever, I'm gonna pull him to the side and say, bruh, that wasn't even necessary. I apologize to my wife. I appreciate that a great deal. I mean, in a situation like that, he should just wait till after the show, pull Chris to the side and say, look, man, that wasn't cool.
I honestly thought it was some kind of not comedy, but what they get for acting award show. So I thought it was an act. I thought it was just something they was acting. They were doing like what they call that, a skit. I thought they were doing a skit.
Not that slap. That was a real slap.
I was wrong.
That was a real slap.
I was wrong.
That was a real slap because Chris Rock's face started to swell up after that slap.
Yeah. What is that? Somebody calling?
No.
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
Do you hear it? I heard something.
I heard it too.
Oh, okay. Oh, they trying to attack us like they did before.
I don't know what that was.
They trying to get us, Reggie. We better get off of here.
Shit.
I don't know. I hear it now. You hear it?
Is that back there?
That Alexa Google has been going off. It was going off the other day when I was hearing it. Scared the hell out of me. Okay, well.
Alrighty. Well, you should find out what it was. But anyway.
Well, another one that was kind of weird was, it just little stuff I'm coming up with, and I had in previous notes, like Elon Musk took over Twitter. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth died. God bless her soul.
God bless her.
Did you know that now they have estimated there are 8 billion people in America? Just here with us, here in the United States.
Really?
8 billion? Isn't
that's
that
a lot of folks.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Of course, the student loan forgiveness that still ain't really happened. Of course, the shootings in Uvalde and Buffalo. Shout out to those families still dealing with that.
Yes.
Hopefully, we have got that gun control laws under control, but
I don't think
only time will tell.
I'm just gonna be honest with you, baby. Let's stop on that one for a minute. We'll talk about that for a little while. That whole Uvalde shooting it could have been avoided, in my opinion.
The Buffalo too.
Yeah, the Buffalo shooting. I'm gonna get on that one too. But the Uvalde shooting could have been avoided because they knew his mental state when he was going over there. He went over there and he was shooting children in the face.
Yeah.
How evil do you have to be to shoot a child in the face? What they gonna do? Put a booger on you?
I don't know now. Some of these kids these days, their mouth is so fly.
Oh, I agree with you.
I want to
slap him in the face, but not shoot him in the face.
I don't know. I think and it's like I said before, all this manifestos and all this was found after the fact. But on his way to the school, he stopped at like a funeral home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think he killed his grandma.
Yeah, he killed
his grandfather, somebody like that.
Yeah, he killed somebody in the house first.
Like, he pretty much was... He had put something out there on one of the apps, Twitter, Facebook, what is it? Twitter. So he kind of gave y'all like, hey, and don't know about what people do, so people not taking you seriously.
Right.
And I think we really need to start doing that.
Right, I agree. And
they really need to.
Now back to the Buffalo shooting. He went there specifically to kill black people.
He camped out several weeks in advance, almost a month in advance.
Now, here's the thing about it. Now, this is a predominantly black neighborhood. You see a white boy there, you ain't gonna question him and say, dude, what you doing here?
Us as black people, and I meant to say it like that, us as black people, we don't do that.
I agree.
Now, white people, they see you, they be like, hello. Yes, this is Mary Beth in 312 State Street. There's a black gentleman in a white car. He got curly hair, kind of cute. Never seen him here before. Come down quick, Harry.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Then I get arrested.
But if we see some white boy, we be like, hey, how you doing? And keep going. We might say something like, what the white boy doing over here? But we don't go to the extremes that they do.
Yeah.
And
we should do that. And we really should do that. We really should do that.
Now we do.
If I see somebody, okay, you're out of place.
Right.
Okay, you don't need to be here.
Right.
We need to fix that. But, yeah.
But in essence, would we be wrong? Maybe he could have been one that came up from the gentrification, just wanted to be around, get to know another culture. and he probably have no ill intention toward us. Will we be wrong judging him for that?
Well, gentrification is a whole different animal right there, but that's when you take black people and take them out their neighborhood and you take over.
That's what I'm saying. Some white people are going back into black neighborhoods though now.
I know it.
That's what I'm saying. So what if he just one on one? He'd be like, you know what? I'm tired of living in the white neighborhood. Let me go over here and see what this other culture is about, and to figure out how a culture you have to domicile in that area. So maybe that's, will we be judging him if he was just one of those guys who just wanted to come? Maybe he got a black girlfriend.
I'm not gonna say. Well, you know
but they don't do that. They judge us straight from the jump. Call the police. Something is not right, and that's not.
I see your point. I see your point,
fair.
and you're absolutely correct. I see your point. You should never ever judge a book by the cover. Okay, but on the other side of that coin, if you see somebody that should not be in that particular neighborhood, shouldn't you spring into action and try to protect your own?
But how we know who's supposed to be there and who's not supposed to be there?
Good question. I mean, that it's a catch-22 situation.
But they don't do that.
Exactly.
You could be making
I'd rather
a
be
pizza.
safe than sorry.
You could just be making a pizza delivery. Car came up down the street too many times.
You're looking for the house. I know it.
But you done passed her. You done passed Miss Beth Ann Street too many times, and she done called the finest on you. So now they're getting behind you, waiting to turn their lights on behind you.
Yep.
It's just it's a catch-22, and that's the part I don't understand.
I agree.
But hopefully, like I said, hopefully going forward with all these unnecessary killings, shootings, staking out different places, we'll be like, okay, don't wait till then and be like, well, he did leave a manifesto, well, he did say something on Twitter, well, he was acting a little strange at the breakfast table.
No, you shouldn't hit that in the bud before it becomes a problem. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Know your neighborhood, man.
But even though I say that, it's still hard, because like I said, I know this just happened the other day with the Twitch situation. His wife is like, she didn't see anything. A lot of his family, his mom and dad, they didn't see anything, but that man committed suicide. Allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly because I don't really know. They say he left a note, but I don't know.
Right.
You just don't know what people are going through. You just don't. But I think when you see something, say something. Like they always say, even though he was smiling, dancing, motivating other people, check on your strong friends.
I agree.
Yeah, you have those ones be like, oh Lord, woe is me. I can't get a break. Check on them, but I always check on the ones who always asking, are you good? Just to make sure they're good. And that's I know I didn't want to say what my New Year's resolutions were, but that was part of it. To start checking on people. It ain't gonna hurt you to pick up the phone. Now they got this thing called text. Well, you don't even have to call people.
You gotta call them.
And if it's an older person, they will enjoy a phone call. Because I have older people in my life that I talk to all the time. And when I call them, even though I probably talked to them 2 days ago, they make me feel so good because they make it saying they ain't never talked to me in a year. Hey, baby, how you doing? Like, did you just talk to me yesterday? I love that. And they love that, too. That means someone is checking on them and thinking about them.
Yeah.
You don't hurt nobody to make a phone call. And let's get back to writing letters. And let's get back to sending cards to say thinking about you. We've gotten away from that. And I think what's wrong with this work. Let me get off my soapbox.
No, stay on it.
But that was one of the things I said I was going to start. I'm just going to start checking on people. Because, I would want somebody to check on me. Like I said, when this little bout of sickness that I went through, I've been sick before, but not like this.
They still don't know what that shit was.
Exactly. Something they couldn't even explain to me what it was. But when I tell you I hurt, it hurt for me to cough. My body was in so much pain, and they couldn't get my name for it.
And I'll be the first.
I'm serious.
And let me just put that out there. Y'all. I brought it to her. I'll be the first to tell anybody. Yes, I brought it to my wife. I did. I was over in 4 days? So, but I have a pretty good immune system.
Mine is decent. Like I said, I'm the type of person, when I get sick, I get sick.
Right, exactly.
I get sick. And this was one of the ones. So hopefully, let's just start checking on people. Just, ladies, get your mammograms, get your yearlies. Men, be supportive of your lady in your life, your wives, your daughters. Let's just encourage one another. Do better, be better.
I agree.
But when you see something that don't look right, don't think of it negative, but at least bring some kind of attention. Be like, I did have a conversation with him, and he did say something like this. Say it to somebody else, because you don't know if they probably heard the same thing, and that'll be a conversation that probably need to be needed. And still waiting to the end, be like, I never thought that boy do nothing like that.
Shit.
And that was his grandfather was saying, I never thought he would do it like that. When you walk in his room, and he got jaws with bat heads.
Yeah.
And frog leg. What? I'm sorry. I am not trying to make light of it. But if y'all would have seen some of the stuff they said when they walked to his room that he had, so it made me wonder, did y'all not go in his room at all?
Obviously they didn't. That would be my guess. I mean, because obviously they didn't. Because if they would have actually went to his room, they would have seen all that shit. That's just my opinion.
And it's so sad. Innocent people just leaving their life because somebody else is having a bad day.
Yep.
Or somebody else don't like you because of the color of your skin.
Yep.
Or that you didn't mean to cut them off. This all this road rage. Like I said, I'm one. I used to be bad at it. You would get a finger from me. And and that's why I said, if anybody knew me, my bad finger, I used to put diamonds on it. So when I gave you the finger,
you saw it.
Cute. You got a kill finger. And I want you to see it. It'll be blinging with them little diamonds on there. But I don't do that no more because people are killing you for just because you don't mean to cut them off. You just need to get in the next lane. And they think you trying to run them off the road. Here they are shooting at you. It's crazy out here. So people just be careful.
I just want to say this real
Just
quick,
be careful.
everybody. You know, we're going to go ahead and end the show because I got some key lime pie I want to tear into.
I know this talker saying make sure everybody get their black eyed peas today. It's the trend to black eyed peas, greens, and cornbread.
There you go. Hook it up.
Have good luck and wealth for 2023.
Hook it up. But anyway, y'all, I just want to say this real quick. I want everybody out there, man, just to stop making excuses. Plain and simple. I said it earlier in the podcast. Stop making excuses.
And I mean, I am one of them. That's what I'm going to do.
I mean, and that's what I've been doing. I mean, I'm not a negative energy person. My wife will tell you that. I'm not a negative energy person. I never have been. So, with that being said, all that negative energy that people are putting out there, don't buy into it. Please don't buy into it because it's a waste of time. Because like if you're around a person that's got nothing but negative energy, you're going to have negative energy yourself. And that's the one thing that you don't want. Take that negative energy. That's why I burn sage in our apartment. My wife hates it, but I do it for a reason. I want to get that negative energy out of here. If there's any negative energy out, I want it out here. I want it out. So that's why I burn sage to get that negative energy out. So, but negative energy, get rid of it. Stop making up excuses. If there's something that you need to do, just get up and do it. No procrastination. Get up and do it. All right.
This is something that it's pretty long, but I want to read some of them.
Go ahead.
This is something that I said. I seen it on. I think I saw it on TikTok or something.
Yeah.
And it was something that I said that I'm going to try to do myself. And it's a mantra for 2023 that I said I was not going to take anything from 2022 into 2023.
Okay.
If you owe me, don't worry about it. If you wrong me, it's all good. If you're beefing with me, you won. If we aren't speaking, it's cool. Be safe, and I still wish you well. If you're talking about me, thanks for the advertisement. If you don't deal with me, continue not to. If you don't like me, I don't care. If you left me hanging, don't pick me up. If you feel I wronged you, I apologize. In all those things, I forgive you. Life is too short for all this unnecessary extra drama. No one is promised tomorrow. Happy New Year.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up.
That's why I said this. I put it on my phone. I might have to go back and I might have to read that on a daily because
that's deep right there. I like that.
I like wow. I can relate to all of that.
That's dope. That's dope. That is dope.
So happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, man.
Hope you, like I said, hope you got your black eyed peas today, your cornbread, and let's keep pushing. And don't forget to tell your friend about our beautiful platform that we here. We've expanded to others, right, Reggie?
Yes, we have. We're on Spotify. Thanks to Spreaker. Yeah.
The young man we spoke to, I got a lot of comments and a lot of people like what he was saying.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Jay. A lot of people
net. Get on that platform.
Some positive things about you for being a young man and the way you was talking so strong. Will I guess who was that guy you had? Why he was very profound. Like yeah, he was. Especially when you was talking about what your mom did for you. And let me reiterate, I will always say again, a woman cannot raise a man and a boy. She cannot raise a boy to be a man.
Right.
She can raise a boy, don't get me wrong. Yes, she can raise her children
to be adults.
But as far as him telling him or showing him how to be a man, she cannot. And that's one of the things that he reiterated in his platform that he was speaking to us about. And I so so wholeheartedly thank you for that. Giving that kudos to your mother.
Oh, no doubt about it, Jay. And I know he's probably going to be here in Dallas in the next few months because of the Tariq Nasheed. Shout out to Tariq. He's doing the FBA Expo. He'll probably be here.
Okay.
So again, Jay, brother, if you're listening, brother, you got a home here. Plain and simple. You know, your family now. You know, we'll hook up with you if you come to the expo. But yeah, I like that brother, man. He's cool. Yeah, man. We are expanding. We're doing really good here. This is a 60-second show, and I'm proud of that.
Absolutely.
Again, I'm loving what I do with my wife because I think, and that's another thing, man. I think couples need to do more things together. That's a big problem too. I mean, this is just one of the things that we do together. We do jigsaw puzzles together, but the last few jigsaw puzzles I did them.
Oh yeah, cause he get the one with the weird colors. You know, my eyes can only take so much. And I'm looking at all these different patterns. Like, wait a minute, my eyes are literally crossing. I'll help you when you get to the easy part. But they're also, I can't wait so we can put them up because they are coming together so beautiful. They look like actual paintings. Yeah. Beautiful, just beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
We never talked about the Deion sound. We're done here.
Let's talk about it.
I have something to say about that because, you know, like I said, I've been to 2 different schools. So I think you and I have different perspectives. Deion Sanders was not the first professional athlete to go be the coach to be at HBCU.
I agree. I never said he was.
So I don't understand why he's getting so much strife from black people.
Right.
Because he wanted to go to predominantly white institute, FWI? PWI. What's the problem here? Can somebody explain? Like I said, maybe it's just me. Maybe I have a hard time understanding it.
Now, like I said, I can only speak for myself. If it was me in that situation, I would have stayed at the HBCU for the cultural aspect of it. But that's just me. I understand why Deion left. Am I mad at Deion? Not by any stretch. Deion is doing what's best for Deion and his boys. I ain't mad at it. I am not mad at Deion. Now, everybody else that's got a problem with what Deion did, okay. Deion never said he was going to stay because Deion has said in several interviews that if a Division I school called him, he's gonna entertain that thought. Well, guess what? A Division I school called him. He entertained the thought. $300K over here, $5 million over here. Come on.
And let's not forget what he did for Jackson while he was there.
Jackson
didn't have no water hardly. Torn
Jackson
down.
is still having issues over there with water.
So y'all like that man didn't do anything while he was there, out of his own pocket.
Jackson is still having water issues.
Come on now, let's leave this man alone.
Jackson is still having water issues.
I don't have nothing to say about him at all. Kudos to you. Go where you want to go because I feel like he is trying to. And if this man is striving to be an NFL owner or coach or whatever, he's going about it the legitimate way.
I ain't mad at Deion.
Exactly.
Again,
I don't have nothing to say about this situation. I think we as black people, we really owe him an apology.
I agree with you on that, but I'm not mad at Deion. I mean, you got to understand something, man. Because like whenever Jackson State said they were going to give him $1 million, he would have to take that $1 million and pay his coaching staff with that. That's not fair.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So he used his own money.
Right. I mean, again, you know, the Jackson, Mississippi, which is 83% black, by the way, they are still having water issues.
But we so love our coach and we love our HBCU. Where are all the boosters?
Yeah, the alumni court. The alumni clubs, yeah.
So why did Deion use his own money if y'all was supporting alumni?
Deion Sanders brought
Greeks. Where are all the Greeks?
Thank you. Deion Sanders. I'm not gonna say he did it by himself, but he did have a hand in it.
He reached out to some of his celebrity friends.
But
and corporations he's affiliated with.
He did his thing. And Deion Sanders also brought quite a bit of money to those HBCUs.
Yes, he did. Stand was packed every game.
Every single game.
Before that, I think they barely had 2 people in the stand.
He turned that football program completely around.
Let's give him his kudos, people.
So let's give him his props. So there you go, Deion. I'm not mad at Dion for leaving. I'm not mad at all. I mean, again, like I said, I can only speak for myself. I would have stayed at the HBCU, but that's just me. I'm not Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders did what's best for Deion Sanders, and I ain't mad at it.
And that's one of the things about Dr. Umar. I love looking at him. I love his ideal of getting a black school.
Yeah.
I love his idea.
He finally got it, too.
He got the money for it. I know he said he got it up in, but he was still having something.
Yeah,
and he even admitted
that
he tried to reach out to black contractors, but they was nickel and diming him and stringing him along. That he had to go to the other side.
And I ain't mad at it.
Me neither about that. But when he said that a lot of celebrities need to step up and do better, and that's why he was upset with Dion, that I'm like, how do you even say that? So because I'm a celebrity, I need to give all my money to different schools and to different charities. Of course, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of celebrities who give to charities, and who give back to schools, especially they went to one. So we can't knock every black celebrity because we as black people is in such disarray right now.
Right.
We're gonna have to start taking accountability ourselves, people. Everybody do need a handout every now and then, but everybody need a hand up.
Yeah.
Because you made it, don't forget where you come from.
I agree.
Like I said several times in this show before, let's get out of that crab in the barrel mentality.
We did 2 shows on that.
We all can eat. You know how much out there for us to eat? So if you see me striving along, don't get mad at me and try to knock my hustle, ruin my reputation out there because you're quote unquote jealous
or
hating. Come to me and be like, you know what? I like your platform. I like what you're doing. How can I help? Is there anything that you can see me doing in your organization? You don't know where I can land you or where you can be. Or I probably can help you get started doing something too. We can both be doing the same thing.
I'm bringing up Melly Mel again. Melly Mel talked about this very same thing with him as we were doing an interview. He talked about this very same thing. He said, let me see, what did he say? He was talking about how we as a people, we are so enamored by ourselves that we won't help the person that's below us.
Right, and I don't understand.
Now, once we get and he brought up a really good example. He said once a black person gets money or gets quote unquote rich and famous, they don't want nobody else to be rich and famous but them.
Oh my God.
And they keep pushing people down, and it shouldn't be that way. Now Melly Mel was the kind of person that if he was him being the literal GOAT of hip hop, he didn't push nobody down. He brought other rappers up if they had talent, because he gave KRS-One props. He battled KRS-One. Well, actually, it wasn't really much of a battle, but that's another subject. But anyway, he battled KRS-One. He gave Big Daddy Kane props. He gave Rakim props. So that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to help a person up. Once you get to a point to where you're successful, the other person, it's enough. It's enough. It's like you said, it's enough out here for all of us to eat.
And that's what I pride myself on. Like I said, I am woman, hear me roar. I love my sisters. I love women in general. You will never hear me downgrade one unless this situation is far beyond my control.
Yeah.
But it's for me saying, man, look at her. Man, please, I can do that. You will never hear me say that. If a woman come to me and ask for something, I am 100% behind you and be your number one cheerleader.
Yeah.
And I will help you do what I can as much as I can. We need to start supporting each other.
I agree with you on that. And that's what Melly Mel was saying. We just
But one thing I do hate, though, and I'm going to put this out here, and we're going to wrap this show up. When we do get our own businesses, stop nickel and diming me. Stop raising your prices 3 times the price. If I do go to Mr. Chan and Miss Lee, where I come from, but I'm coming to your establishment trying to support. And yours is almost 4 times the dollar of Mr. Chan's and Mr. Lee. In this economy, where you think I'm going?
Yeah, I already know. Me and Mom talked about this today, as a matter of fact, because she was talking about business, and I said the problem with a lot of black people. No, she was talking about my cousin Jay's son. He's majoring in business. Okay, and he might change, and he's saying he might change his major to something in science, which is fine too.
We need more STEM programs.
Yeah, right. So
candidates.
Right, exactly.
Not candidates.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But he said right now his major is business.
Good.
And I told Mom the reason why there's a lot of black people out there that have degrees in business. And the reason why they had degrees in business is because the second they start saying business, they automatically think they're going to get rich off of a business. No, that's not how it works. What you have to do is learn how whatever business you want to start, learn how that business is ran first. And that way you'll know more about what it is that you are doing. But a lot of black people, once they, and I hate to say this about our people because I love my black people. I'm 100% pro-black. I will always be pro-black. That's not going to ever stop. A lot of times what they'll do is this right here. They'll start a business and they'll mark their prices up so high so they can so you can help make that damn expensive ass Mercedes-Benz payment that they got.
Right, and I don't understand that.
I mean, don't do that. I mean, if you want to start a business, which I support black business every chance I get, because I love the bookstore that I go to. That's my spot.
Like for a while, for our date nights, we was going to black-owned establishments.
Yes, and we started back doing that.
You know, it's like we tried to support, but like I said, I'm not gonna say the name, but there is some places that I've tried to frequent, and I just be like, wait a minute. And then when you get like if it's a service place, and you be like, you try to tell, well, let me show you how. Like, I mean, no. Customer's always right. So if I'm trying to show you what I like, give me what I like. Your tip is based on that. You know that, right?
Exactly.
So it's like, don't get no attitude because you want to do it your way. No, ma'am. No, sir. But I just had to get that in my spirit. And it's another thing I want to say before we got here. Why is everybody mad at Oprah? Because this lady had asked Oprah, what did she recommend for her giving her mother or her mother-in-law something for Christmas? And Oprah recommended a music box or like a jewelry box.
And
it was
$100. What's wrong with that?
And the lady said, I can't afford $100. Oprah said, you can't afford $100? And everybody try to blow up Oprah talking about, well, Oprah, everybody not no billionaire. Oprah probably just asked a question, who can't afford $100? Maybe she do have a different aspect of what $100 may mean to her compared to $100 to someone like me.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I said, people, y'all need to stop doing that to people.
But let me say this and we'll go ahead and end the show. There's a lot of people out there that will look at Oprah and say, Oprah, we ain't got money like what you got.
And that's what they were doing.
And I understand that part. I get that part because we ain't got Oprah Winfrey money either. But $100 for a music box, that's not so bad.
Not at all.
No, it's not bad at all because no, it's too late to call mom. I was gonna call her up on the phone. But my mom, my wife's favorite person in my household. Go figure.
Right.
But she has a music box that I bought her years ago. She still has it. You've seen it, the White Dragon. I spent $130 on that. Why? Because my mother likes dragons, and B, I knew my mother would like it, and she still has it to this very day. I didn't have a problem with spending $100 on my music box.
Right.
That's a pretty good gift for my mother. She still has it, and she loves that music box. Not only because I spent a shitload of money on it, because I gave it to her.
Exactly.
So it's not that big of a deal to spend. I mean, $100. Come on, that same person that said I ain't got $100 will go off and trick $100 off at the club.
You know what I just been saying? Y'all can't really gauge about what she feel about $100 to what you feel about $100. But you probably go about $100 worth of weed.
Thank you. That's my whole point.
Let's just keep it real.
That's my whole point.
Let's keep it real.
That's my
whole
whole
point. So don't down this woman. She just don't she know we live in a recession. We live in a bad economy. I'm pretty sure she's aware of it.
She's aware of it.
But just because she just asked once, you can't afford $100. Oh, she wasn't trying to be petty. She was like, oh, you can't afford $100? Because I probably would have said the same thing.
You can't afford $100?
Because you asking me what gift do you want to give your mother?
That's your mama.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to get your mama no dollar scratch off. I mean, it could be good. She could hit on it.
Yep.
But you ain't going to go get her no dollar penny candy or anything.
Right.
You'll get your mama something nice.
Right.
So let's lay off of people with that. People talk about you don't know the concept. You done got so high and mighty. Man, that lady worked for it. I don't think she was giving anything. So let's give her props, y'all. Let's not do that. Let's not do it to one another.
Come on now.
We have people, some of us not even millionaires, and we done got treated like that. That's just, I ain't gonna say nothing.
No, don't go there.
Come on now, y'all stop counting people coins.
Stop pocket watching.
Yes.
Stop pocket watching.
You know what you asked about that? You need to go ahead and do it. Now we know about that.
Stop pocket watching.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and make that little. He got a T-shirt coming. Y'all look out for it.
Yeah, look out for it.
Y'all get that because this is exactly what we're talking about.
Pocket watching. We gonna do a show about that. Let's do a show about that.
It's very prevalent now, and it's disgusting that people do that.
Yeah.
Because what this all boils down to, you are assuming, and I don't think none of y'all are Miss Cleo or Dionne Warwick.
Come on, can't none of y'all tell the future. Hell, they couldn't tell the future.
Exactly. So missing with that, eat your black eyed peas. Tell your friends about the show. Subscribe to the show. Hit the notification button. And tell us your thoughts.
Email
us topics.
Melanated@yahoo.com. I gotta change the email address on the splash screen. I'll change that today, later on tonight. But hit the like button. Do all that stuff that she said, and y'all have I hope you have a prosperous year this year, because I know I'm gonna make it my business for us to be prosperous this year. So, anyway, as usual, babe, good show.
Absolutely, always and always.
Yes, indeed. So, we got 62 down. Let's have 162 more.
Absolutely.
So, and on a good note, I'm Reggie.
And I am Mimi the Lady.
We out.
Bye. Sorry, I got a little long-winded there on my soapbox.
Hey,
I'm just tired of people doing people like that.